at that. Way to go, Jackie the hippie. Jackie's wearing his wife's shirt.
Oh, please.
It accentuates your belly beautifully. Hey, everybody looks good today. What can I say? Hey, listen, let me tell you something. It's good to be with you. I got to take a short break. We'll get the show going. We got about 10 billion things going on today. We have mystery guests. We have guests. We have all different types of things going on. So let me take a short break, and we'll be back right after these words. If he reads through the whole show, we're in trouble.
Well, how could anybody tell? That's what he does during the show anyway.
Now I know why Jackie's laughing through the whole show. He's reading Where's Murray Ross. It's unbelievable. There goes Fred.
He thought it was you.
Yeah.
He was reading that book.
I thought I was funny. All right, here we go. Little did I know. He's been reading it for 10 years. Same book over and over again.
Never gets old.
Okay, so...
First of all, I have to ask you, are you promoting your inside, or what is that show called? Hard copy piece.
Yeah, I just heard about that. I didn't know anything about it.
I saw a promo for you last night.
Well, Gary just came in and said that Tom said that they're running a commercial about me in the hard copy thing, and if I don't like the commercial, I don't have to run it. So I just listened to it, but I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah, it sounded like a very positive piece, actually. They were saying you're the king of politics in New York.
Yeah, you want to hear the commercial?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You want it? Hard copy's got it.
I'm sure they'll find a way to be obnoxious.
Pamela Denise Anderson like this. Now Hard Copy has a sneak peek of Baywatch's #1 babe and her near ex.
Pamela Denise Anderson.
Oh, I didn't know her middle name was Denise.
She's now developing the middle name thing. So I'm going to be on Hard Copy with Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, not in the same frame, though.
No. The two of us, I wish they could magically put us in the same frame. I'd like to see those guys. I'm going to hire those guys from Industrial Light and Magic to take a Baywatch episode
and put you in it?
Yeah, where Pamela Anderson is like laying in that bed alone, naked, writhing around,
right?
And just throw me on top of her so I can see what we look like together, what kind of couple we make.
Rated role. It's Pamela's naughty movie. Did Howard Stern help defeat Mario Cuomo? Is the king of media the new king of politics? Plus, from the Nudo to General Hospital.
Okay.
Latin hunk is steaming up.
Well, they must have gone to one of those casting calls where your parents were, because they have an extensive interview with your parents as a part of this. And they saw it all.
They saw it. Wow, they were there to witness it. My
they
parents
saw it coming.
Yeah. They used to have tapes of my father yelling at me when I'm a kid. That's even better.
So I thought I better let them know about it so they can get their VCR get going, because it looks like they get a little airtime this time.
Yeah, my mother gets all excited when they're on TV.
Yeah.
When is that hard copy on?
Well, I know she was so upset at the time you were doing all the book promotion, and NBC came around with all their cameras because they were on the piece for about a second.
Yeah.
Your mother was terribly upset.
Why do they interview me for over an hour? I open my house to them, I feed them, and then I'm on for 1 second. I go, Mom, what do you care? Well, it's obnoxious. I don't care if I'm ever on, but don't waste my time for an hour.
I told all my friends.
Yeah. She was all embarrassed.
They did. Where were you?
Yeah.
I still remember she said, I told everyone at square dancing.
Yeah. And my mother thinks that, like, you know, they're sitting and worrying about whether she's in a piece. It's unbelievable.
That's obnoxious.
I told everyone at square dancing. Yeah. I think that's important.
She was very funny.
Yeah.
So this time it looks like they gave her an extended interview.
I'm going to hire those guys at Industrial Magic and Light to figure out how to put me in the same frame with Pamela Anderson.
You know, it's funny because it looks like this video they're talking about, it's some kind of movie that's on video and only available in England or something.
Yeah.
It looks like it was pre-breast implant.
Yeah. I have to check that out.
How pre would that be, Robin? How small?
She looked kind of flat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, breasts make all the difference. That's what I keep telling my wife. I want Industrial Magic and Light to put us in the same frame doing China White together.
Well, she says she doesn't even know what that is.
Yeah, we could doctor it. I was snorting some heroin. I'd give it to hard copy. I could use that for my image.
You want to be a druggie, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I need to get in the Inquirer.
You're in rehab.
Yeah, I need to have someone to sue.
After you leave here, you go right to rehab.
Right. I don't know where to begin this morning. Let's see. Let me think. By the way, we'll be reenacting the Sally Jesse Raphael show later in the program.
Did we get the transcript?
All done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be doing that. Conan's coming by. Conan O'Brien.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's on his way out at NBC.
Is that coming to say goodbye?
He's coming to say goodbye as he goes back into obscurity. Farewell party. We're going to have let's have the Conan farewell party on the air today.
Right.
Yeah.
I spoke to one of the writers over there, and their whole line is that, hey, we've been through this before. The rumors always fly. We're going. No one's stopping us.
Here's my resume.
Hey, do you think we could doll up the studio and have a Conan farewell party? Like real quick? I mean,
I'm sure they have those cheesy things with the letters, farewell.
Farewell, goodbye. And we could all wear party hats and have streamers and those blowers. Woo! Those horns. You think we could get that together? I mean, it would be very difficult.
I'll have Ralph work on it immediately.
Ralph?
Yeah, doesn't he help us decorate?
Yeah, but I mean, he's got to get the stuff.
Yeah, you need a party store.
Right.
Any 24-hour party stores are there?
Anybody got any party decorations? Ralph. Ralph can't figure that one out.
In his little bag, he's got a whole party.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah? Yeah, that'll be funny when Conan comes in.
Yeah, it has to have farewell hanging in the studio.
A big farewell party. That'll be neat. Any leftovers from when Meg left?
There was no party.
There wasn't? No. Oh, I thought there was a farewell party.
She was rather quiet when she left. She just packed up and was gone.
I was the only one mourning her loss.
Not one piece of confetti from that party.
Really?
Nothing.
No cake, no nothing.
All right, so Conan's coming by, and then we have a mystery guest at 8:15.
A mystery guest to you?
Well, to all of us.
I just wondered if you were playing too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm playing.
All right.
I'm in on this.
It's a very exciting guest.
Really?
Oh, I'm excited about that.
I always like a mystery guest.
Yeah, we like that.
Now I'm wondering already who it is. Give me a hint.
Well, typically one of those people you'd never expect to be here.
Really? All right.
Los Angeles, you're on the air. I'm going to get to that story in a second. Los Angeles, you're on the air, and then I'll get to Stuttering John.
Okay.
All right. Hi.
Hi, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I was calling because last week, I live in L.A., and I get home pretty late, usually right around the time you're starting. And 2 nights in a row last week, I noticed that it sounded like the same show.
What?
You were interviewing somebody or other, some actress, I think.
On the E! Show?
No, on the radio.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was last week. They say if I could be specific.
I don't know. I don't know. I get all kinds of wacky reports from Los Angeles, but
is it even remotely possible that I'm imagining this? I don't know. I guess it could be, but
did we replay an interview with somebody?
Yeah, we might have done that. We might have replayed something. Last week we replayed an interview with somebody.
Yeah,
we did.
Maybe that's what it was. It was almost like deja vu because I'm lying there in bed, kind of nodding out, listening to you guys go, and all this.
I'm too tired for the show today. I got to go home. I'm too beat to put up with this. No, we don't repeat this show in Los Angeles. Branford we repeated because we thought it was funny, and a lot of people didn't get to hear it, so we replayed Branford Marsalis.
Right, yeah.
At a completely different time.
Yeah, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, we said, hey, let's repeat this because a lot of people didn't hear it.
And it's very possible that he heard it twice.
Yeah. But we don't repeat the show in Los Angeles. I get a lot of weird calls like that, and I don't know, people seem to be on another planet when they hear the show. Miami, you're on the air.
Yeah, are you still going to do that television bit where you're going to see whether or not a black guy could get a cab in Manhattan?
Yeah. We're working on that now.
Oh, see, the only thing is, my cable, it doesn't have the E station, so I don't know if I'll be able to see it.
Let me tell you something.
I'll guarantee you can't see it if you don't have E.
Let me tell you something. More people have cancer than have E. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That E channel, I don't know. They tell me I'm on TV, but I don't get it. They tell me that it's in 28 or 29 million homes.
To you, it's a rumor.
Yeah, I don't get the channel.
Yeah, because some people are like, you know, I heard he has a show on E. I'm not really sure. I think he does. It's like a rumor.
And then some people think it's on A&E, which is Arts and Entertainment. It's on the E channel, and I'll tell you something. The only ones to blame are these cable systems because they're getting calls like crazy. People are saying, can we have this E channel? We'd like to see Howard. And a lot of these cable systems get resistant. They don't want to give you what you want.
You know what's funny? We're on TV every night, and people still say to me,
when are you going to get a TV show?
Yeah, didn't you used to work with Howard Stern?
Yeah.
You know, because all they know us from is the Channel 9 show.
I know.
They still don't get this E.
I know. It's very, very frustrating.
Yeah. you know, I get the newsletter, the King of All Media newsletter.
It's the #1 rated show on E, and it's evidently responsible for making more and more cable systems take the E channel, and yet everyone calls in and says they don't see it.
It's hard to explain, too.
It's what?
It's hard to explain because, like Robin said, people come and say, oh, I used to love it when you guys were on TV, and you go to say, well, we are on TV, and the people can't conceive of us being on TV, but they don't get it on their TV.
Not only are we on TV, we're on TV 3 times a night.
Yeah, we're on a lot.
We're on at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 2 o'clock in the morning.
People look at you like you're crazy, you know.
And then the E calls me and they go, you got the #1 show on E. I said, do we beat Talk Soup? Handily. What about the Letterman stuff? Beat him right off the bat. Triple his ratings. Okay, good. All right.
Well, as Jake said, I don't even bother with an explanation.
Right.
If they don't know, I just go. I'm not going to stand there and try to explain where E is.
Because a lot of people come up to me, especially a lot of black dudes, and they say, hey, because the black dudes loved our Channel 9 show. When we had the Channel 9 show, they loved it.
Yes, we were #1 among blacks.
We really were. Black
Put
people
that
loved
one out on tape.
So, yes. So, anyway, when they come up to me and they say, hey, when are you going to get a TV show, Stearns? I say, oh, who knows, maybe sometime soon. That's all. It's like being the funniest guy in your office. That's what it's like being on the E channel.
It's so true, though. What you were just saying, I get all the time. When's Howard coming back to TV? And then you just don't even say anything. But every once in a while you go, well, you know, he is on TV.
Right.
He's on E. And they go, E? What the hell's that?
Yeah, and then you got to go into a whole thing.
And then you know what? People don't realize that every cable system has their own set of channels.
Yes.
So they go, E, what channel is that on?
Yeah, right.
And I go, well, what cable system are you on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't
you got to carry a different book for every cable.
They don't get any of that. Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Oh. Yeah, I finally got a chance to see what the Gary puppet looks like because I got, like, the newsletter.
Yeah.
And it had, like, a picture of, like, the Gary puppet. And I got to say, that's got to be, like, the ugliest puppet I ever seen.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
That's good. I'm glad that's the ugliest puppet you ever saw.
Yeah.
You're on in New York.
Howard.
Yes.
Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hello.
Yes.
Hey. I got a question for you real quick. You know, I watch the E! Show, and I do get the E! Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fantastic. It's great.
Thank you.
This is not a criticism now. You know, I don't want to criticize you. I think you're great.
Well, I wouldn't mind getting criticism from you. After all, what do you do for a living?
Well, nothing really.
Are you unemployed?
No, I work.
What do you do?
I'm a satellite technician.
All right. So
he is in the business.
You're qualified then. Go ahead.
Okay. When I listen to you guys on the show, let's say Bon Jovi, for example, they came in.
Yeah.
The sound on the radio was awesome, and I listened to it off a satellite.
Yeah.
And off a tuner, so it sounds great. I go home and I watch the E! Show, and when they sing, it sounds terrible.
Well, I know that for a fact they take the sound off of the radio, so it's no different than the radio sound. It might be, in fact, the processing that your cable company puts or your satellite goes through. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's weird, though, because everybody else sounds fine on mic, but they always sound like they're just like it sounds crispy, almost like it's...
Listen, they're not sinking $1 billion into this production.
No,
I bet you, I probably, if I examined it further, you'd probably find out that they I don't know, they do it through a tin can. Who knows? I tell you the truth, I don't even pay attention.
No, but I mean, I watch the show more for the look than the sound anyway.
Right. You can only imagine. You know what it is? Turn off the sound and just watch us.
Sometimes that's probably better.
I haven't noticed the problem, but then again, I don't get the channel, so I wouldn't know. So far, my problem is I don't get the picture or the audio. I don't get the picture or the bad audio.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you.
An hour later.
All right.
The picture was so bad you couldn't tell that the sound was bad.
Right. What you should do is tape the whole radio show and then find the part that we use on TV and play your audio with it.
You've already got it.
That's right. A lot of people do that. All right, Albany, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, good morning to you, Mike.
I'd like to share a stupid Mario story with you. A buddy of mine used to work security at the governor's mansion in Albany. He's a state trooper. And one night, it seemed the smoke alarms went off. Mr. ex-governor started a fire in the fireplace and forgot to open the flue. Filled the mansion with smoke, set off the alarms, upset his wife. She come down, so my buddy had to tell her in a very nice manner that her husband's a dope.
That's pretty funny. Alice, one time I went to visit Allison's grandmother, and she started a fire with the flue clothes.
That's a lot of fun.
And they were like, do something. I said, it's hot in there. What am I going to do? I don't know how to get...
Don't you see people, they dive in there and open the flue with the fire going?
Well, you know, it's 1994. You think that they could develop a fireplace, even though, like update the old fireplace and, like, have a little button that you hit to open the flue. It's just, like, really weird. So then Allison's grandmother was sitting there, just took her cane. Evidently, this wasn't the first time she'd done it. And she just shoved her cane right up. Was sitting in her chair, she shoved the cane right up the old flue there and popped it open. That was it.
All the old ashes come flying.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mess.
She didn't care.
Another station on the
she died shortly thereafter.
Another station of the there's an 8-hour shift. There's 4 stations they do for security, and one of the stations is watching the monitors. It seems the little tart of a daughter there, Maddie, she'd bring her boyfriend or two.
Wait.
We don't know. We don't know about your...
We don't want to know about that.
What cables is the...
Wait a second, sir. Let me get this straight.
Beauty.
You guys watch the Cuomo children with their boyfriends on
I'm not
security?
A trooper.
Oh, you're
I'm not
not
a trooper.
This is
my
hearsay,
bride.
then.
This is hearsay.
All right. This is second story.
This is second... Wait. Let's back up.
Third party.
Well, let's back up. Isn't she married now?
Who cares?
Oh, but I'm saying Maddie is the wife, Matilda.
No.
No. The daughter.
There's a daughter named Matilda?
Madeline.
Oh, Madeline. I don't want to know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's hearsay.
All right.
But you guys, you mean those guys can watch on TV what the kids are doing?
No. This was the surveillance cameras in the basement of the mansion, in the parking garage.
Yeah.
She'd bring her boyfriends home.
So the guys would watch.
And she'd be doing them on the deck.
Oh, stop! Oh, come on! I'm gonna disallow that as evidence.
The jury should disregard.
Because that could be any guy just trying to badmouth, defame the governor's daughter.
It's a good name. Yeah.
She doesn't deserve that. Although if he'd fax us, I'd enjoy reading the story.
I certainly would have liked to have heard it.
Right.
What was she doing?
That's right. How dare he? For all I know, she could be a virgin. You're on the air.
Howard?
Yes.
How you doing? I'd like to tell you that you don't get the E channel, right?
Right.
I would be able to give you the E channel with no problem.
No, here's the point. I could get the E channel. The cable company that I have, Cablevision, on Long Island, has called up the station and said they will somehow get it into my house.
Yeah.
I don't want special privilege.
Oh, okay.
I want the E channel for me and everyone else on Long Island. I'm not looking for... I know I could put a satellite in.
Is that what you got, a satellite?
No. It's a gimmick, where I can hook up cable.
What goes on out there? No, but I'm saying I have cable, but the cable company doesn't carry E, so how would you give me E?
No, it would go through to where you would get E. You get every channel.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, the box is rigged.
The box is rigged?
Yeah.
So why...
So the box can get every channel right now?
Oh, yeah.
So why is it that my cable system cannot give me E? What you're telling me is that if they did an adjustment on my cable box, they could give me E.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So why don't they just...
channel right now I'm watching. I have every single channel. I see it. I saw it last week.
Let me get this straight.
I don't pay for it either.
All right, let me get this straight so I understand it. What you're saying is the way my cable company tells me is they don't have the technology to bring me E.
They can only bring you certain channels.
Oh, no,
they only have so much room on their spectrum. This is what they tell me.
No, that's not true.
All right.
You can get it. I have every single channel. I get all pay-per-view channels 24 hours a day.
All right, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Even in an area that does, in other words, in your area, the people don't get E.
Yeah.
But you're the only one who gets it.
Yeah. I get it. I put it in my family's house. I put it in people's house that I know.
Now, so what you're telling me is that the cable company today could go to Long Island and turn on the E channel in every single home if they wanted to.
Oh yeah.
But
in the areas that they're not in, they can go on. Yes, with this when the boxes are rigged.
So wait a minute. I got to get this straight. You're on Long Island.
Yeah.
And you have the regular Cablevision?
Yep.
Which would only be, what, 30-something channels?
Right.
Yeah.
And you have how many?
65, 68.
See, now that is what I'm talking about. Why is the Federal Communications Commission not involved? They're busy worrying about if I say penis. This drives me nuts. Why is it that some guy like this, obviously an uneducated guy, how is it that he gets the E channel?
And you don't?
You get it at 8 o'clock?
Yes, I get it at 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock.
No kidding. And you get a lot of other channels that I don't get.
Yeah.
And obviously all you did was make an adjustment, a tweak to your cable box.
Yeah. Yep.
And what do? Do you have to climb up a pole to do that, or do you do that right in your house?
You do it right in the house.
Whoa.
Tell me how you do that.
You put something on top of the box. You put it's a magnetic computer, and you put it on top of the box.
And where do I buy this computer?
You can't. Well, if you know somebody.
Oh, you make this computer?
Yeah, and you know.
You make it yourself?
No, I've had somebody do it for me.
And what does this cost generally?
About $250.
$250, and you stick it on top of the cable box, and you have, and you would have to use individual computers for each television set that you have?
No, that same box does any box. You put it on any cable box and it adjusts it.
So if I was to walk around my house...
And after about 2, maybe 3 weeks, the magnetic field wears off. So you have to unplug the thing that sits on top of the box and plug it back in.
It doesn't sound like too much work.
No, it's nothing.
You plug it right back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're demagnetized.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. So let's say if I want to watch the E! channel in my bedroom, I bring the box up to the bedroom, I put it on top of the cable box.
You do any box, yep.
See, normally I'm not for stealing cable signal. I got to tell you something. I don't believe that when you get a service, you should pay for it. But I believe that these guys are all bums, because I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the cable systems.
The cable bums.
The cable bums. Because the technology exists for me to have 60 channels on Long Island, and they won't give it to me. They're trying to figure out a way to charge me for it. They charge enough for this. You know what they're basically doing? They don't create programs. All they have to do is they send down the line to your house broadcast channels. That's their whole job, and they have an annuity. For the rest of their lives, they collect a fee from you.
And
okay.
What you have to do is pay for basic cable, and so the cable line is coming in. And
then you
have
can get
the cable
everything
service coming in, then you use this box on top of the cable box.
See, that's not right. You know what? What you're doing is not technically right, but I got to tell you something. I'm not against it. I'll tell you why.
Let me ask you what the cable company wants. Do they want these stations to pay them to come online? Is
yes.
that what it is?
Yes. I know for a fact that Cablevision wants the E! channel to pay them. They've always had. They say, "Oh, we'll put you on." And you see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a suckering thing. They suck money out of each person. I know I pay money for this cable. I know every one of my neighbors does. I know everyone does. And yet, you can't get the full array of channels. Like Rubin in Manhattan gets 60-something channels. And I get 30 channels. I'm on Long Island. Long Island is one of the most lucrative markets for them. It is one of the most populated areas in the world.
And no reason they shouldn't get all the channels.
I should have 900 channels. They should be looking to please me. The FCC must allow competition in the cable area. And what I mean by competition is that there's got to be a variety of services where I can order my cable, just like they did with the telephone industry. This is unfair, because television is more important to me than anything in my life, because, number one, I'm not allowed to leave my house. And if I leave my house, I'm not allowed to leave my house without my wife. So I might as well just not leave. So I sit in the house, and I have the TV, and I live my life on the TV. I'm like a shut-in. I'm an invalid. After I do the radio show, I'll tell you my whole life. I'm going to tell it to you right now, and if you don't believe me, you could ask my wife. I get done here, and I go home. And when I go home, I sit there, and I stare at the television set, and I call it research. I finally figured out how to watch TV and call it a job. I might as well be chained to my television. Television.
You never leave it.
Never. I sit in the basement, and I have a TV down there, and I watch the TV.
And on weekends?
I do the same exact thing.
You get up earlier and watch it?
Yeah, I get up at about 6 or 7 because I'm excited I don't have to go to work. So I start watching early morning TV. That's my life. That is my life.
So you need all those channels. It would really be more important to you than almost anybody.
The only way I wouldn't need those channels is if I suddenly got single, I wouldn't watch TV ever again. I would be having sex.
It's amazing to me how many channels there are that I don't watch at all. Are there channels you just don't watch at all? They're useless to you.
There are channels that I don't watch at all. You're absolutely right. That's why I resent the cable companies selecting these channels. What did they give me? They say, well, we have no more room. We only have 30 channels, which obviously is a lie because this guy has 60 channels. Mm-hmm. So they tell you they have 30 channels. And what do they select? I've got 3 channels that literally I see religion on all the time. And these are paid religious programs. And I don't know, people with crosses bigger than the ones Jesus was hung on. Huge, giant wooden crosses. And then I got about 4 channels with insects. Wall-to-wall insects. All I have on there is insects. I see insects screwing. I see insects dying. I see insects devouring other insects.
Having other insects.
And then sometimes, to mix up the insect show, they have a tiger show or something like that. Animal show. That's what they have. And I'll tell you something. Then I have a channel where there are 2 hours of a guy's... forget it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it.
But it does irritate me that there are so many other things that could be on my cable. If I could select the channels that I would actually use.
Well, first of all...
As opposed to having these channels I'll never tune in.
Well, as you know, Robin, someone is making the selection of channels.
Yeah.
And this C-SPAN. I mean, I like having C-SPAN. But if I could have E over C-SPAN, I would take E.
Well, you pick up Playboy, you pick up Spice, you pick up everything.
Sure, I want all that. I would like Playboy and Spice. What is Spice?
That's the porno channel.
Yeah, I would like that. Why can't I have that? Why shouldn't I get that? And why should I be charged? How much money can they charge you for all these channels? That's the other thing. I know, like, the full rainbow package from Cablevision is like, my wife pays the bill, but I see bills that for a month is hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I don't understand how it got that high.
You know, I want these channels.
The basic fee is $26 and change.
Yeah, and the basic channels, you're watching...
Nothing.
You're watching nothing. Insects.
Yeah, they make sure you get those insect channels no matter what.
Then they got one channel. I swear to God, every time I tune in, I think it's like Channel 27 on my cable system. It's called, I don't know, it's one of these Ted Turner channels. This guy invents channels. The worst channels.
Could he be making money?
I don't know. He has the worst channels with no commercials.
I never watched those channels.
He's got one channel there. All I ever see on it is British plays and reruns of every sitcom in the history of man.
Yeah.
Every sitcom I've seen already. So you got a channel like the C channel, and granted, I'm saying it for selfish reasons. I know there are a lot of fans of mine who would like to see me on TV every day. They like it. They enjoy it. So they should be able to call the cable system and say, you know what? Take off one of these channels that has insects and give me the E channel. But you can't say it to these guys. They're so pompous. They go, we don't have enough room on the channel. We don't have enough room. Enough room. Here's a guy. He's got the same system I do. He's got 60 channels because he put a little magnet on there. Let the cable company come and put a magnet on my TV. I got 4 hours of a snake swallowing a goose. Watch how the snake devours the goose. He won't need to eat for 3 months after he eats a goose. Well, kiss my ass. I knew that already.
I've seen this one already.
Yeah. 3 hours of a guy waxing a car, only to tune into a commercial after that with a guy painting his head. And then I can't get the E channel. Forget the E channel. Forget the E channel. I would like these other channels, Playboy channel, all these channels. What? I got to pay another $3,000 for that? How much money can they suck out of the working class? How much money can they suck before people start standing? And let me tell you something. You know, these politicians, they're screaming about the deficit. They're screaming about abortions. They're screaming about you don't hear one of them talk about cable television. You don't hear one of them. And I'll tell you something. Cable television is maybe the most important issue of our time. Because for the average working stiff,
entertainment.
He's got to go home and look at that crabby wife of his.
Oh, boy.
And he's got to go in the house, and his kids are yelling and screaming. And you walk into your basement, and you got to watch some TV. And you want to see some girls or something. That's important. That's important to the guy. I know I come home. Nothing else even matters, except if that TV's working. And if the TV's out, I'm out of it.
It'll save marriages.
You're not kidding. If I had to talk to my wife as much as I watch TV, we would have been divorced 20 years ago.
You have nothing left to say to her.
I have nothing left to say to her, except stop snoring. That's it. That's it. We've discussed every topic there is to discuss.
You told her your entire life story. You told hers.
And then she says, what'd you do today? I'm like, oh.
Talk about reruns.
Oh, my God. I mean, there isn't a thing I don't know about her, and there's nothing she can tell me. I know how she feels about everything. I could be her.
Hey, honey, guess what?
I already know.
Yeah. Guess what? Guess what? I don't care. You've been telling me guess what for 20 years? Nothing surprised me. That's it. I want TV. I love television. I'm one of those people totally satisfied. I want more channels. I don't want less. I want more channels. That's what I want. I want the E channel. I want other channels. I want all the channels that they got to offer. I love to see these channels. I don't get the cooking channel.
You know, when I hear
like
about
a
show that I can't see, it really upsets me.
Yeah, I like the cooking channel.
I want to see that show.
I like to see how bad the cooking channel is. I've heard it's the worst channel.
Oh, it's their awful channel? The Food Channel.
I don't even get QVC. I'd like to shop something on TV.
I love those shopping
I'd like to see that. I don't get anything. Long Island is getting ripped off. And
Court TV? You don't get Court TV.
If I could get a bunch of Long Island people together to stage a protest outside Cablevision, I would. Forget this Ricky Lake. She's busy in front worrying about animals. Forget animals. I could have cared if they killed 20,000 animals with fur. Get me TV.
You need cable first.
Yeah, they don't worry about animals.
Well, I'm surprised Robin don't have it. In the city, it's...
Well, she has it.
I have it.
Oh, you do get these.
She just don't watch it.
I do, when I can.
Right. If she has it.
Oh.
But you don't get Court TV. That's a very important channel.
I would love Court TV. I'd like to watch Court TV. I love.
Terrible.
I enjoy watching black people go to prison.
You see those parole hearings?
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
I love that.
Watch a guy try to lie and say he's learned his lesson.
Yeah. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see
it's
that.
Wonderful.
Your Honor, I learned my lesson.
We do not feel you have learned your lesson. Go back to jail.
Oh, but I have. I have, massa. What is it?
The Court Channel has always got a guy on the stand wearing an orange jumpsuit. You know,
Right.
he's in jail.
Yeah.
And it's always like in Wisconsin, and the graphics are funny. Shot 7-Eleven employee in face.
Right, yeah.
Every guy.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh. But you've seen those parole hearings, haven't you, Gary, where there's like 5 white people sitting behind a table, and the black guy comes out in his orange jumpsuit, and he says, I found the Lord since I've been in prison.
Yeah, great. That I say lock him right back up.
I'm telling you, that channel is worth having for once a year alone, watching Charles Manson defend himself in his parole hearing.
And they put that on Court TV?
Live. They carry it live.
You see what I mean? People on Long Island, at least where I live, I don't know who will get CEO with. You should be. I am incensed. I am incensed that I don't get Court TV. You should be furious because you have no right over the. You can't even control what goes on your own television. These bums could put a magnet on your TV tomorrow and give you all 60 channels. It drives me nuts. I want that magnet. And I have no guilt. I always say to my wife, I don't believe in pirating TV, stealing. Right, but I tell you something, my attitude is changing. I think I have a right to see those channels.
This is a protest.
I want a magnet.
You know what's going to hurt the cable industry a lot? The satellite dishes, because you can pick your own channel.
The only problem with the satellite dish, and I still can't figure out why in 1994 they can't invent this.
Why?
What? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? You on another station or this station?
No, say something to my wife.
Well, tell your wife to shut up. She knows you're on the air. You see, you're working now. You have a dopey wife. She's going to start talking now.
Don't call the woman names you don't know her.
Believe me, she's dopey. She's married to him, isn't she? He's busy with magnets and unplugging every 15 hours. All right, listen to me. I want a magnet on my TV.
You were just about to tell me the problem with satellite.
The problem with satellite is the following. Put her on the phone. I'm going to tell her to shut her face.
No wonder he has all the channels.
Don't you know how to handle your woman?
No wonder he needs a magnet.
This guy needs 2 magnets. He's got a satellite on his head.
Not enough channels to shut her up.
Yeah. He can't shut out the sound of her voice with 20 TVs going. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in prison.
Oh, boy.
No wonder he's busy with the TV. How long you been married?
2 years.
Yeah.
Just 2? Ooh.
Wait till you hit 20. Wait till you hit 20. You're going to have 50
you think
TVs.
You'll make it?
And 50 TVs won't drown out our voice. Anyway,
precious darling.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. The problem with the satellite is, and I bet you this genius knows it too, if you put one satellite in. Now, I know I got multiple TVs. I have a TV in every room of my house. There's not a room in the house that doesn't have TV.
And every one of them has cable?
Yeah. Well, not everyone, but most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I had to give up at this point. So, if you put satellite on the ones that you really want to watch, you got to put an individual satellite for each TV.
Well, see, now
That's
I was reading an article yesterday about them, and it said that that new system, it's X amount of dollars, but it's only like an extra $200 for the system to have multiple sets.
Yeah, no, I am telling you what happens.
Are you going to have a yard full of satellites?
No,
you don't get extra
You get one satellite, and you can have multiple sets. But even if you have multiple sets, you can. If Gary is downstairs in the house watching Sesame Street, I can't go upstairs and watch Sesame Street because he's already occupying that channel.
No.
See,
No.
See, they made it sound like now. They made it sound like the most you could have is 2 sets, but that you could each watch something different. Although I don't know how you could, because don't you have to point the satellite?
That's right.
That's what I thought. You'd have to watch the same thing.
I am telling you that...
That's wrong.
People in the house can get different channels as long as they're not watching the same channel. I can't deal with that.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, but at least you could...
Because, like, when I'm watching Beverly Hills 90210, I like to watch it by myself. And I like to send my wife downstairs to watch because I like to feel like I'm alone with the kids. And
You're in there.
I'm in with the high school. And if my wife stays laying there, and my wife has questions during Beverly Hills 90210, I say, how could you ask her? This show is for a 3-year-old. How could you have a question?
She just likes to talk.
Yeah, I say, I'm done with talking. I'm now watching high school.
She asks those questions.
No, I don't want questioning during my show.
Said that the satellite pulls in the signal, and then an individual box for each TV. You can tune it to any station you want.
Yes, except if someone else is watching that station.
No, where'd you get that? I never heard that.
Jackie, I've been over this drill 100 times.
No, but Howard, I really do think that this new system is different. I totally agree with you, but I think this new system...
This doesn't make any sense.
...is a little bit different. I think you can watch different channels based on where the satellite is.
I told you what it is. Are you going to argue with me?
Well,
I've researched it.
And someone... Okay.
No, I don't care. Who is your resource?
I read it in a magazine.
Oh, a magazine. Well, you read wrong. Your comprehension is very low. I'm telling you what it is with those satellites. If that was the case, no one would even get cable.
I object to the satellite deal because I live in an apartment, and no apartment building is going to have 10 billion satellites hanging out its windows.
Exactly.
I need cable.
Right now you do. And the cable systems are not doing anything to make people happy. I can't talk about this anymore. That is the end of this discussion.
Hey, Howard, could I just tell you something funny on a similar subject? You know, Stuttering John's having trouble with the phone company, so he doesn't realize that long-distance carriers are different, but there's only one phone company.
Right.
So I called him up last night, and he said, listen, if you guys don't give me what I want, I'm going to another company. And they said, well, there's only one company.
Yeah.
We're in.
Yeah. What a threat.
Funny.
He's going to a Japanese telephone company.
He'll have different long-distance service, no local.
He's incredibly
If you guys don't get this put in, I'm going to MCI.
And they're like, no, you don't understand. You ain't going anywhere.
Have a ball, they said to him.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
So John was all bummed out. He couldn't believe, like, it's a monopoly.
Yeah, like you just hit him. Yeah, you know, but that's how the cable, there should be like an MCI and a Sprint for cable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's one cable into your house, but you should be able to negotiate services.
Or at least pick packages. You should be allowed to design your own package.
Maybe basic cable is one thing, and then you can go to your long-distance services.
The thing is, the magnet is out there, and people should look into getting it. I have never advocated that before, but I will now. I believe in the magnet.
But I do believe...
How do I get that magnet?
People got
well,
that.
I'll get it to you, Howard. If you want me to give Gary my name, I don't want to say my name or anything over the air, but I'll give it to Gary, you know.
Yeah, well, that's... What is it?
No, I thought you just told him. Were you talking about me?
Yeah, we were talking about you 10 minutes ago.
Right.
You're out now.
But the point is, Howard, if everybody got this magnet, then Cablevision would respond. Because they wouldn't want all these people stealing the service, then they'd give you what you want.
Right, of course.
This is the way to protest.
And we are entitled to the magnet. We really are.
You are.
I don't advocate breaking the law, but I must tell you, in this case, I do. This is like the Boston Tea Party, where they threw tea bags into the ocean, and the ocean became a giant tea.
I don't think they had bags, Howard.
Sure they did. Your history is weak, to say the least. I'm not going to embarrass you.
The tea bags.
They threw sweet and low.
Sweet and low and cream. How does one get a magnet? Without knowing you.
Well, I know there's plenty of other people that have this, too.
And where's it advertised? Like, how do you learn about it?
It's not legal to advertise, you know.
How do I make one of these magnets? Is it a regular magnet?
Is it a horseshoe?
It's made. It's a computer chip with a magnet connected to it, and it's just bought in Radio Shack.
Oh, you can get it in Radio Shack?
Yeah, it's just bought in Radio Shack. Some guys turn around and they take the box completely apart, and they put the magnet itself inside the box. Then the box itself is done to where if it ever goes out, you just unplug the box and plug it back in. Some guys even just turn it on and off when it goes out.
All right, well, okay. Thank you.
All right, Howard.
All right, bye-bye. I got to get me a magnet. I just don't want to deal with that guy and his wife. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Hey, Jackie Puppet just walked in the room. How you doing there, pal? Hey, Jackie Puppet, how are you?
He's just getting settled. Can't get close to the mic yet.
No, he never can get close to the mic. I hate the Jackie Puppet.
Was it on?
Yes, it was.
Make him laugh.
How are you? How was your night?
I was on a bender.
You were drinking last night?
I don't drink anymore.
Oh, is that right?
I freeze it and eat
it. What happened to your hair?
What hair?
No, you look like you rolled right out of bed and came to work. You didn't fix your ponytail.
I'm a little disheveled.
All right.
You just admire my freedom. You're jealous.
Right.
I don't have to look good. Hey, what do you call a black kid with a new bike?
What?
A thief.
Oh, boy.
Very good.
Thief.
Poor Jackie Puppet, like he's missing fingers now. His hair is falling out of his head. We take worse care of the puppet than Jackie takes care of himself. The puppet's falling apart faster than Jackie.
Yeah, I thought the puppet would outlast him.
Yeah.
Fingers are taped.
Yeah, the fingers are taped together. Well, somebody
He
sat on
already
him.
missed, his arm was pulled off once already.
Well, what happened was Tawny Katane came in, the actress who used to be in the Whitesnake videos.
Yeah.
And she came in and she brought this girlfriend with her, a friend. And the friend, walks in and there's, the Jackie Puppet's in one chair, there's an empty chair, and Billy's in one of the chairs in the back there. And she just comes in. Jackie Puppet, can you just calm down?
She's haunting Jack.
The puppet looks like a Civil War veteran.
It looks like he's been through something.
It does. Anyway,
did she sit on the puppet?
Well, she walks in, and then Billy starts waving his hands at her. Don't sit down. You're going to sit on the Jackie Puppet. And we like the Jackie Puppet a lot better than you, honey. And she just sits right down on it. She sits on his hand.
On the hand.
And it broke it?
Right on my hand. Like I didn't plan that. Use your finger. Have to get going at this hour.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
All that laughing at this hour must be hard for you.
Yeah. Hey, give me an envelope.
All right, here.
The answer is...
Right.
Ricky, Princess Di, Sally Jessy, and Newt Gingrich.
All right. And what is the question?
Name a lake, a flake, a fake, and a snake. Hey, what I'm doing here are known as jokes. These are known as jokes. Laugh! You bastards! Well, maybe it's time for a song. Call it marijuana, and before this day is done, you roll it and you smoke it, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Wait, Jackie Puppet, just like Jackie, a one-man entertaining center.
Oh, I tell you.
Constantly, if a joke doesn't work, goes right into a song. It's beautiful.
Jackie Puppet, do you ever think that maybe these jokes are too long?
What?
Yeah, that premise was so bad that by the time you gave the answer, I didn't remember what the question was.
All right. How about this one? Know why a Jewish woman closes her eyes when she makes love?
Why?
God forbid she should see her husband having a good time. Oh, F you, Robin. I'm my best audience. I'm my own best audience.
All right. So Tawny's friend comes in and sits down, and Billy was trying to push her, not push her, but why didn't you just push her? You should have just said, don't sit down.
She kept saying, it's all right. Like she thought I was trying to be polite, and I was going, no, you idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lift the puppet up and say, there's a puppet
So
here.
she sits right down on the puppet. Instead of looking where she's sitting, I mean, the puppet clearly takes up space.
Did she feel the puppet when she sat on it?
Yeah, right? She got up after she sat on it. Or she just kept sitting there, somebody said.
Sitting there, and I was trying to pull it out.
She just kept sitting. She kept sitting on the puppet. And that was the same woman who was going, hey, you're, I said to her, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. She goes, well, you already met me. I go, well, where did I meet you? She goes, I was at that Trump wedding, and you blew me off.
Oh, man.
And I was like,
she
was, I don't know. I don't know who she is. What happened blew you off?
She didn't blow me off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you can't say certain things around Jackie Puppet, remember.
Way to wear out your welcome, Jackie Puppet.
So she had an attitude.
Hold on, I'm watching the puppet show.
Sorry. I'm not paying attention.
There's a whole show going on.
Where'd you get that shirt?
All right.
I get all my clothes at the airport.
The puppet just leans into Jackie and starts taunting him about his clothes. Jackie has some kind of new shirt on. Like, Jackie usually wears these baggy T-shirts.
Right.
I was going through my closet and I found a shirt and I put it on. Somebody told me it's all stained. That must be why I was hidden.
What's funny about it is it looks like it's his wife's shirt. I think he pulled it out of his closet.
Fred wears shirts like this every day of the week, and I wear one shirt different. You guys can't handle it.
I'm not that color.
No.
What color is it? I can't even tell.
Blue.
It's turquoise blue.
Yeah.
What color?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. It's like one of those. It's like underwear shirts.
It's also cut differently too. It's like,
what was that?
It's also cut differently. It's like if a woman who had a large chest would look really good in that. Jackie's
Let me
got a large
see. Turn
chest.
around.
No. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, turn around so Robin.
Very feminine looking shirt.
Yeah, it's a feminine shirt.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just not
Yes. It's not a very manly shirt.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Now I see what the Jackie Puppet's talking about.
Yeah, he's goofing on it.
Boy, there is no room for anyone around.
Yeah, so she had a real attitude, Tawny contains her, and like I was supposed to know her, and like I didn't blow her off. I said, well, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't blow you off.
Why does she bring hostile people here?
I just realized Conan's going to be here any minute.
What do you think hostility is just reserved for black people?
I beg your pardon?
What a crowd.
Maybe you better warm up, Jackie.
If I had blood, I'd blush. Hey, Jackie. Does that shirt come with tampons?
Now
you're rolling, Jackie Puppet.
Comedy alert!
Comedy train coming through.
Comedy alert!
What is it?
You know, this place is so embarrassing.
Why?
Because we just had something really, really terrible happen. Luckily, we captured it all on camera.
What happened?
You know our green room?
Yeah.
And you know how there's like there's a marble table in there?
Yeah.
Well, I never knew, but it's not connected to whatever it's on.
Yeah.
So Conan O'Brien just came in, and he put his feet on the table.
Yeah.
The marble thing flipped over, and it cracked in half. I know, he feels terrible, but it's our fault.
Hey, listen, just bill him for it.
Very valuable tape.
Way to wear it. You're welcome, Conan.
Clumsy O'Brien.
Clumsy O'Brien was it. What is it, Ralph?
I got some party decorations.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Farewell party for Conan?
Take a break and all.
Okay.
Some party decorations. I got some party decorations. I got some party decorations.
Jackie Puppet doing impressions.
Yeah. Better than Jackie. All right. Jackie Puppet's great. I would go see him do a show for an hour.
That's what Jackie's afraid of.
Yeah, I know. If you announced like Jackie Puppet was appearing in Club Benet, I think I'd go see him.
Go, sure.
He's going to be at Rascals Wednesday night.
Don't you think that Jackie Puppet is... How can he sustain it? Don't you think like Jackie Puppet's going to die because he's laughing so hard?
No. Well, Jackie doesn't die.
But he doesn't do it as often.
I don't know.
Listen to this show.
It's pretty close.
Well, Jackie Puppet.
We've watched you pick your nose for 15 minutes, Gary. That's high comedy. Oh, I love it when I analyze things. You!
I'm totally amused by the Jackie Puppet.
What kills me is how evil the Jackie Puppet is. This is evil.
I know. Jackie Puppet's wife is very, very angry, too.
If we could get a Jackie Puppet, a Jackie's wife puppet.
Oh, forget it.
To annoy the Jackie Puppet.
And then to fight. So have the two of them fight.
Right, the Jackie Puppet could throw beer on the wife puppet.
Yeah, and then she could yell at him.
Call her the C word.
Right.
Now you're right.
Oh, boy.
C-U-N, September. Oh, I could tell a joke right here, but there's nothing funnier than Jackie's shirt.
Wait till Jackie Puppet meets Conan O'Brien. He's going to be goofing on him relentlessly.
Hey, Conan, how's your show? Hey, we put up pictures of Greg Kinnear all over the studio. Welcome home.
All right.
Welcome home.
Jackie Puppet, are you prepared to meet Conan next?
Oh, I don't give a damn about Conan O'Brien.
Can't even get it out.
You don't give a damn about Conan?
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, is he Irish?
Yeah.
Hey, why does an Irishman keep tinfoil on his nose?
Why?
To keep his lunch warm. A booger joke. A booger joke.
All right. Okay, I got to take a break, and then we'll.
Laughing like the Riddler.
All right, we'll meet you. We'll meet with Conan O'Brien, Jackie Puppet, if you want to sit in. Absolutely. And we got to get decorations up for the Conan farewell
Yeah, we got
party.
to break so Ralph can decorate.
Yeah, okay, we'll be back. Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It's only $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special. Buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Wednesday night, November 23rd at Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange, New Jersey. For jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. You know wear your party hat?
Oh, absolutely. Give me one.
Here, Ralph, give Robin a party hat. What's the matter with you? What are you, stupid? Here, Jackie. Yeah. Give one to the Jackie Puppet. Here, Fred.
All right.
There you go. From what I read in the paper, Conan's out. Right? Didn't you read that?
Yeah, there have been rumors flying that he's going to be replaced.
Hey, you guys want some party blowers?
Sure.
So we're having a farewell party for Conan.
No big farewell to stick in the picture?
No. It was quick. It was. Ralph, where's a farewell sign? Jackie Puppet, do you have your hat on? You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These don't make noise.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
We'll make our own noise.
I'll give Conan a hat. All right, bring in Conan.
They're Barney hats.
Yes, they're Barney hats. My kid loves Barney, my youngest.
Yeah?
Yeah. I really dig Barney now because it keeps her so busy. Where is Conan? Conan, come on in. Look at you. We got a big party going here. Big farewell party for you. How is that, pal? You love that? Here's your hat. And here you go. Say hi to the Jackie Puppet, Conan.
Jackie.
Oh,
hey, that's very good.
Conan, oh, bye-bye.
Very nice. I like it. It's very good.
It's a good puppet, isn't it?
Who makes the puppets?
Well, it was a guy who brought us the Jackie Puppet. It was a fan of the show.
Just a fan, yeah.
It's not
That's
the
right.
Henson people. It's just like its own puppet.
Conan, what the hell is going on? Things seem to be going well for a while, but now I read it's a matter of time.
Where did you read this?
I'm reading it in every paper.
You don't read the papers. It's in there almost every day.
I think they rip, when Conan gets his paper delivered, they rip out different
cut
articles.
out, yeah. I'm like looking
Holes
through.
in his paper.
I'm like, Mrs. Carmichael?
You see,
yes?
You know, I thought once Letterman gave you the seal of approval or something would happen. But the ratings have been going up, right?
Yeah, the ratings actually have been pretty good. I feel like I'm in better shape now than I was 6 months ago.
Now,
so
Tom Snyder's coming on, will be your competition.
When's he coming on? Did they announce it? Is that like January?
But let me tell you something. If you don't beat him, it's going to be curtains.
You ought to quit.
You ought to quit.
Don't
you ought to
let him
resign.
hire you.
Don't even make him pay out the rest of your contract.
All right.
Seriously, if you can't beat Tom Snyder, Conan, that's the worst thing that anything could happen.
Well, wait. Now let me ask you. What do you think I should do to prepare? Do you think I should make my show more like Tom Snyder's show? Should I start taking callers or anything?
No. No. I don't. What is it, Jackie Puppet? Hey, he has an idea.
I would make a Greg Kinnear puppet.
Make a Greg Kinnear puppet.
Yeah, but that's redundant. Hey, Conan.
Yes.
What?
Thank you.
What is that?
I'm not sure.
That's your replacement.
What is that? A test pattern?
The NBC test pattern.
Oh, the NBC. Here it is. Let me see that.
The puppet draws well. The puppet has artistic ability as well.
Let me yell at the Jackie Puppet. First of all, you're obnoxious. I'll tell you why. Because you're such a loser, Jackie Puppet, that you don't even have a show. You don't even have a show, and you're making fun of Conan.
He will have a show.
Oh, yeah? He'll have one.
Conan,
Trust me.
What are you going to do if they S-can you?
If they S-can you?
S-can.
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 What's S-can?
The S word.
S-word. Oh, S, I see. The S word.
What are you going to do if they get rid of you?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll get a job. I'm good with my hands.
Hey, hire me.
Well, you know what, the Jackie Puppet, now he's pitching for a job.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sure, Conan, how funny you are.
Do a joke.
Do a joke to him.
Okay.
Maybe you'll get a job on his show.
Well,
I got one.
Yeah.
See, now you won Jackie Puppet over.
I love this. I'm supposedly on the way out, but a puppet is sucking up to me.
Go ahead. Well, the puppet needs work. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, puppet. It shows Conan how funny you are.
Okay.
Write a joke for Conan.
You hear about the guy? Did you hear about the Jewish guy that makes his own beer?
No, I didn't hear about the Jewish guy who makes his own beer.
He brews his own.
You're a scream.
Hey, what's the matter with that?
That's great.
Come on, that's nothing funny. This is funny stuff.
You're saying Conan would get ratings if he hired you as a writer.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah?
Yeah, you know what you ought to do is dump that lazy load, Andy Richter.
All right.
Jackie
All right.
Hire a guy with a fatter stomach.
Right.
This is organic. I did this with beer.
All right, very good.
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Conan,
I like the puppet. Yeah.
The puppet is angry because he is jealous. Obviously, you have a job that very few people could ever get.
Thank you.
It was a 1 in a million shot, right?
But puppets been around for years. Nobody's ever
That's
got
right.
The puppets are very bitter and angry. And has a wife
Why,
and
the
actor.
puppet is working? This is a popular show.
Yeah.
The puppet's going to be on the E! channel.
No, he wants to be head writer of your
You
show.
Irish bastard.
He's very angry.
Lousy Mick.
Friggin' hard.
All right, very good. He's evil. All right, listen to me.
Yes.
Better he pick on you than me.
You know what? Conan did something that is typical in television.
Go ahead.
You started talking about the Tom Snyder show.
Yeah, my party hat just fell off.
That's a good omen for me.
Yes.
Your farewell party to Conan hat just fell off.
I started talking about Tom Snyder.
Tom Snyder. And Conan said, oh, yes, when is that show starting?
Yeah, like he hasn't been plotting that. Let me tell you what's going on.
The name Snyder? Help me here with this.
Here's what you've got to do.
What do I have to do? Help me.
I'm being serious.
All right.
I analyze television because all I do is watch television.
Okay.
Unlike you, I don't have girlfriends and stuff like that to keep me busy. I sit and watch TV day and night.
Okay.
That's all I do.
All right.
So I am an analyzer of television and broadcasters.
Uh-huh.
And what you have to understand is, this is why the pressure is on Conan. It's nothing to do with Tom Snyder.
Okay.
What happens is, when Jay Leno and David Letterman are on, they are your lead-in.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand why I'm saying
Do people
that?
at home understand the concept of lead-in?
Yeah, I'll explain.
Okay.
Because it's a very difficult concept. They're the shows on before.
Hence the name lead-in.
Lead-in. And they attract some 40 million viewers. It is Conan's job to keep a percentage of those viewers awake at 12:30.
Yes.
It's not a question of, hey, he should hold Jay's audience. He should now be holding Jay and Dave's audience.
Right.
That's what they expect.
I don't
you
even
to do.
actually study show. I don't even have to entertain them.
Right.
I just have to keep them awake.
Who cares how you do it?
Exactly.
Just get the job done and everyone's happy.
Right.
So Conan is now in the process of trying to build this huge audience that will, if he can get half of the people to stay awake, 20 million people,
that'd be huge.
There will be no stopping him.
Where did you get these figures?
Look, I'm telling you, I study this stuff. I was a media planner. I understand media.
I'm sorry.
I'm the king of all media. What is it, Jackie Puffett? What is your problem with this?
You could learn, Jackie Puppet.
You gotta make people stay up. You know what I would do?
Yeah, what's that?
Here's the deal. You mail Coke to everybody out there.
Really?
You know, you're funny.
Very good.
Yeah, Warren Littlefield to pay for it.
So did Lorne Michaels change his phone number yet, or what? What's the deal?
Not yet.
Now, what happens?
Not
Does he
yet.
advise you?
They just say he's not in.
So now what's happening is that let me tell you, your competition, Tom Snyder, is so awful. I'm going to tell you something about Tom Snyder. He's unwatchable. So you are so lucky that Letterman is so insecure that when he came to hiring someone who would follow him, he had to find the weakest individual in the world, because Letterman doesn't want someone outshining him. If you don't think this is the truth, there isn't a person in the industry that doesn't know it. Right, Jackie Puffett?
Yeah. I heard Max Weinberg chained himself to the cameras, and he ain't leaving. He ain't leaving.
Right.
That's what you want to do. Just barricade yourself in the
I will verify that rumor.
You know what you want to do?
What is that?
Get Greg Kinnear and put him in a truck and drive him into a lake like that woman down in South Carolina.
Oh,
that's right. Would you do that?
People in here are turning on you. What does that mean at home?
You know what I would do for Sweeps Week?
What is that?
I would make a coat out of Ricky Lake and wear it.
All right, Jackie Puppet. Let me tell you something. Tom Snyder is the last stop before tossing your television set out the window. So you're lucky. I mean, this is unbelievable luck. And the reason Letterman hired Tom Snyder is because this Snyder is so bad. I am telling you, on his show on CNBC, that when I tune in, I see an interesting guest sitting there. I say to myself, I'm going to watch this because I like this guest. It's unwatchable. I can't sit there. I watch for maybe I can last a minute. Right. I'm telling you, this is the God's honest truth. I cannot watch this guy. There is something about his personality or whatever it is. Listen, either you got it or you don't.
He's got a nice set. It's a beautiful set.
A very nice set.
It's a nice skyline. You see the Brooklyn Bridge.
It's all nice, but the man is unwatchable.
Yeah.
They put him on radio. They put him on network radio at night. I'm talking about overnights, Robin. Do you know they had to fire him on overnight where there's nothing on? People had to get rid of him. No one could listen to him.
Yeah. So you think I have a shot?
If you can't beat him, you deserve to fire yourself.
Okay, all right.
You really do.
I will do it.
You have to say to yourself, listen, I am no longer in the business.
Okay.
I'm unavailable to do talk shows.
What would I do then? What do you see next?
Do a sitcom like Alan Thicke.
Be the next door guy?
Do anything. But don't. What is it, Jackie Puppet?
You know, late at night when I'm lying in the corner and nobody's working me,
even
I'm more interesting than Tom Snyder.
Has Tom come in here and done the show?
No, Tom is an idiot. Tom is. I wouldn't allow Tom in. I would allow Tom in. I'd allow anyone in.
He was down there when I came in.
I did an interview with Tom Snyder once.
I saw this. Yeah. This was Costas.
It was fantastic. It was highly rated, and it had nothing to do with Tom Snyder. I was brilliant. I was so on fire. Remember, Robin, you were there.
You were great that day.
There were
the only clips I've seen are the two of you just shouting at each other.
Yes, he's such a pussy. He didn't want to emote his true emotions. I went in there and I said, listen, you're off. And that was it. Boom. It went into a whole thing. I said, what's with you? I came in to plug a tape. I thought I was going to talk to Bob Costas. I'm sitting here with Tom Snyder, a scrub. It's unbelievable. It's like my uncle getting a talk show, Tom Snyder. He's so awful. And the only reason, listen, if Letterman wanted somebody strong to follow him, it makes him look worse. He looks old and tired if somebody big comes in and is a big gun. So for you not to be able to beat Tom Snyder, it's really, you have to beat him.
All right. Well, you've encouraged me. I feel good now.
Of course I've encouraged you. Absolutely.
You've taken me under your wing in a way.
But I mean, in a way, it's more pressure, because if you don't beat Tom Snyder, I mean, think about what's going to happen to you.
You'd give me a job.
No, I wouldn't.
What do you mean? I could just work around.
If you're a loser or no job.
No?
You have to win.
I could work a puppet.
But there's a lot of...
I'm telling you, Howard, I could work a puppet.
There's a lot of pressure on Conan right now.
All right.
Are you feeling it?
Not really. I'm bearing up well. We've been doing well. We're beating all our 12:30 competition right now.
Who is your competition?
Great. I don't know. Okay. There's this. Okay, good point, Howard.
If you do get fired, now we're reading in the paper that you're going to get fired.
It's not going to happen.
Look,
they were saying, I haven't been on the air for 2 weeks. There's no film in the camera.
Why are they saying?
I was in.
Did you contact the president?
In all fairness,
right?
In all fairness, Howard. In all fairness, they've been saying this. I've been living this for the year and a half now. It doesn't mean I've been hearing this constantly for a year and a half. So now I just have an immunity to it.
I'll tell you this. Greg Kinnear thought he was going to replace you. Let me tell you something right now. Greg Kinnear is not replacing you. Greg Kinnear is a jackass. He's no talent.
I will not.
I'll tell you what he's good at. Why not? Yes, you will.
Okay.
He'll sit here. Let me tell you something about this guy. I'll tell you why you're safe from Greg Kinnear.
Why is that?
I would bet you right now all the money in the world that they will not put Greg Kinnear on instead of you. You know Greg Kinnear's show does not beat an infomercial. Greg Kinnear is on after you. You talk about having no competition. He's on at 1:30 at night, this guy, and they put on infomercials at that time. And Greg Kinnear. Do you know the infomercials either tie or beat him?
But they're really good infomercials. Have you seen the infomercials?
Yeah, they're really terrific.
No, they are. They're good.
Can you imagine?
They're well produced.
Which one do you like?
I don't know. Susan Powder, I think.
You like her?
I think she's terrific. I think she's a talent, and I intend to work with her in the future.
Really? Jackie Puppet, what's going on here?
I like the lead press on nails.
All right. Let me tell you
Hey, you know
something.
what you gotta do?
What's that?
You gotta get rid of
I'm actually listening with interest in the puppet.
He's got ideas.
I'm actually saying, well, maybe the puppet has an idea.
Yes, I do. You gotta get rid of Andy Richter.
No.
And hire Mrs. David Letterman.
You know, you would be a great writer on that show.
Very good writer.
No, this Greg
You gotta
Kinnear.
get in the press. Start dating an underage Chinese girl. That'll get you some attention.
Like
All
Woody
right.
Allen?
You rape a
Okay.
6-year-old at Disneyland.
All right.
You know, crime is the best publicist in the 90s.
I'm actually writing this down.
Right.
Skin Ricky Lake. Like
Now,
I said.
excuse me, I'm talking Jackie Puppet.
You know, the rumor is if I were to go, and I must say, I believe firmly that will not happen, but I think they're bringing Hee Haw back.
Is that
I
right?
think they would put it in my slot.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious for a second.
Yes,
Greg
Bob.
Kinnear will not get you job. If I'm not saying, I think you are being replaced because who knows? The world of network is very dangerous.
I will bet you.
You are in a very
on
dangerous.
that.
Really, seriously?
Yeah.
How much? How much money you got?
I don't know, like $20.
Now, what happened? Did you go in and speak to the president of the?
No, I haven't. No, nothing has. I swear to God. I mean,
No
I've
one
been hearing.
comes to talk
I've
to
been
you?
hearing there's been as much in the paper about Conan. You know, rumors about me. There, 12 months ago, 14 months ago that there are now.
Now, what happened with the contract? They wouldn't give you a long-term contract?
I never really had a long-term contract. I mean, I didn't have a great bargaining position when I came in. It's not
Right.
like I said, look, I'm not coming into this job unless you give me 10 years and $13 million a year.
Right.
So I've never had, actually.
Bargaining
That's very
position.
silly, yeah.
You got to wait a while once you get it in.
I'm
the
a
show
young
gets
punk, yeah,
Right. Once
you
the show
know.
gets more established, then you'll sock it to him for more money.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I'll bring you in and you'll
You
negotiate.
still got time to get out before they crack down on welfare.
Oh, that was a good one, actually. He gets a good one and he gets carried away.
Oh, listen, he'll laugh at himself now for an hour. Listen to him over there.
Oh.
Hey, you know how you get big ratings down south?
Yeah, how's that?
You lynch a Negro.
Oh, Rachel.
Why did he do that?
That's unbelievable.
You know you had the crowd.
You know, you were doing well. Why didn't you just...
He always self-destructs. It goes too far.
Even I've learned after a year and a half. Just
Oh, he's
lay
drinking.
back.
Now you've driven him to drink.
What now? Is that a product placement? Do you
Hey, you know what we ought to do? We ought to call NBC and ask if you're fired. We ought to call.
I've tried.
Oh, you have?
I've called.
No, but seriously, is it upsetting to you when you're reading the paper that everyone's saying you're leaving?
I'm just because I've been hearing this for such a
if it did
for a long
happen,
time.
what would you do? Now you're famous and you're out of work. What would the game plan be?
Dinner theater.
No, come on.
Seriously.
What would you do? You'd want to be a host again, right? What would you do? Would you like pitch Letterman for a writing job or something? I mean, what would you do? Because he's a fan of yours.
I'd be his valet.
No,
Yeah.
What would you do? Seriously.
I really haven't given it much thought.
It would be tough, right?
I don't know. This has been I mean, I must say, I
You love
really
your
enjoy.
job.
I love my job.
It's a fun show.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do it. I love this job, and so it just seems like a waste of time. I mean, why would I even think about it at this point?
Right. You got to focus on the job.
And it is not going to happen.
That's right. What is it, Puppet?
I get an idea. You know what you do?
What is that?
You say you're a homo, and then they'll be scared to fire you.
Wait a minute.
There you go. There you go, Jackie Puppet.
Oh.
Right.
And make it a whole legal thing.
That's a good...
That's very good.
Meanwhile, Conan's getting laid like crazy.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
You don't even read about him. Who is it?
I don't know. I forget. Someone told me... well, you told me who your girlfriend was. One of the girls who works on the show.
Yeah, I go out with someone on the show.
Yeah. Super.
Man.
Yeah, that is great. And she's hot?
She's a very attractive woman.
Why won't you go out with some models and stuff?
Yeah. Why you settle into just one girl?
Well,
that's weird. You get the fame and everything. Why not?
Why not go
You're
all
a
the
good-looking
way?
guy. Yeah.
Well, there's time.
I tell you, if I was single,
She's listening right now.
You're right.
Yeah.
If I was single, I'd play. We get this call yesterday. You ever see that picture that hangs up now in the bus signs with the girl adjusting her tights? Do you know this ad I'm talking about?
I've heard that people were stealing that ad, but I don't really
They're
remember.
stealing the ad. There's this really hot model. So she calls up and says she's a fan of the show and wants to come in. Now, here's her picture. Look at this one. You ever see this ad?
Oh, that is yes.
Yeah.
She's hot.
What's her name?
She's very nice.
Her name is...
You're going to be proud of me, Ron, when I tell you this story. You see this?
Jane Powers.
Let me tell you something. Every day I drive into work. Now, I didn't know who she was. I see this ad hanging, and I go to Ronnie. I said, "Down, that's a girl. That is the sexiest
You're
ad."
sure about that?
I said, "That is the sexiest girl I've ever seen in my life. That's the sexiest ad."
Can I have that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Take a look at that.
Oh, that's an attractive woman.
Like that?
What are they even selling here?
Who cares?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I mean, are they selling pantyhose?
Or that girl.
It's like a real estate
So,
company.
Gary, come here. So, what?
I got some painful news.
What?
You know who's dating her?
Who?
Oh, Jon Stewart.
No.
Ganji told me, yeah. Because Ganji said to me, hey, you know, Jon Stewart's getting a model. And then,
That's her?
That's it. I'm getting a divorce.
All women have to be punished.
What?
All women have to be punished from now on.
Let's punish all women.
Oh,
that Jon
Stewart,
that little turd?
That's what Ganji just said.
That unfunny little
Oh, you're really
turd?
That's
short.
Sleeps with her?
I guess so.
That piece of garbage.
He climbs her like a jungle gym.
Let me see her.
why can't we just all be happy for him?
I'm not happy for him. This girl calls up and says she's a fan of the show and wants to come on. Then fan of the show equals to me, maybe I got a shot here.
Sure, you got a date at least.
Yeah. Oh, he gets... Oh,
you got...
Damn.
Oh, now he's going to go home. He really might hit his wife.
I'm going to beat my wife tonight. I'm going to beat her black and blue.
I've never seen you this angry before. You might do it.
I might have to cut her throat.
Show that picture to the judge. You won't do nothing.
Yeah. She's a fan of mine.
Your
Look at
Honor,
the
here
body
is
on her, Conan.
Yeah, well.
Oh, man.
Very attractive.
Jon Stewart's a putz.
So what happened? She
Obviously
called
not.
And said,
No, he is.
Our publicist.
Conan, there's nothing funny about this.
I'm sorry.
It's not fair. Poor Conan has to hump a Porky secretary and judge. I mean, you have more ratings than he does.
You're doing better than Jon Stewart, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Very
on against
attractive.
him?
Very attractive woman. Yeah, well, in some markets, yeah.
And you're beating him, right?
Yeah.
Conan beats Jon Stewart, and he doesn't have her.
No. He didn't get her.
You want to invite
In
her
fairness,
on
she
the show?
called me first.
What, did you want to sleep with her?
I'd have to meet her first. Get to know
get
her.
out of
You
here.
know what you should
Howard.
do? I got an idea.
Yes, I would.
You should have her on the show and urinate
Now,
right
what
instead.
happened, Howard? She called and said...
So she
was a
called
fan.
up, and they said, could she come on the show? And I said, hey, it's great that she's a fan of the show, but no one knows who she is. And it might be good for the television show. You know, we do that E-show.
Right.
But it's not good for radio. I said, forget it. We're not going to have her on. And I turned her down. But now I want her on.
I was going to say, now you want her on.
She goes out with Jon Stewart.
I didn't know that.
That guy's a troll. Billy West laughs at Jon Stewart's height. Oh, my God. Oh, Christ.
You going to be all right?
And he didn't even have a
No,
good talk.
I'm not kidding. I'm really upset.
You really are upset.
Because you got to understand something.
What's that?
I never got to date good-looking girls.
No, you got married
My wife
very
was
young.
the first nice-looking woman that wanted to be with me. I married her, and it's been 20 years that I haven't,
You've been out of circus.
And I had no idea. I'm a very ugly guy, and I had no idea that women would be attracted to me because of my job. I didn't know any of this. I was 19 when I met my wife.
You didn't think ahead.
I haven't had sex with a different woman since I'm 19.
You didn't think ahead. I was not like an attractive guy when I was in high school. I wasn't doing that well, but I thought, just hold out, maybe.
Maybe something big will happen.
Maybe something big will happen.
Wow, you were smart.
I was smart.
I didn't have my magic 8-ball. Magic 8-ball. Will I ever be free to date this attractive model?
It is decidedly so.
Yes.
It said yes, but Jackie Puppet's stepping all over the magic 8-ball.
My answer is definitely not.
The puppet screwed it up.
Well, I heard a yes.
Yeah, you know what you gotta do, Howie?
What? What?
You're gonna dump your wife like Newt Gingrich did.
Yeah, maybe I'll be lucky. My wife will get cancer. I can divorce her while she's going through an operation. Damn it. Damn it.
What? Come on.
That doesn't bother you.
No, you don't get ahead in life. No, you.
Your girlfriend's pretty hot, huh?
Yeah, very attractive woman. Very attractive.
What does she do? Does she ever model?
I don't know. No, she hasn't modeled, I think.
An actress?
No, not an actress. No, she works at the show.
She works at the show, but she's probably like really got the job because she's cute or something.
Smart woman.
Yeah,
very smart.
Really? Well, she's smart to be with you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Let's lower the light. Let's have a little mood lighting now.
So, Conan.
Yes.
You're telling me that there's no way you're going to be fired by NBC, but yet they won't give you a long-term contract. If they were afraid of losing you, wouldn't they give you a long-term contract?
Well, no. I think
What
I
is
think
the
in a couple of
contract
months.
look like?
I think in a couple of months.
You're going to get a long-term contract?
Yeah, that's my feeling. Yeah.
And Lorne
What
Michaels?
did his contract say,
It said
exactly?
You'll work
day
here.
to day.
You'll work here. When you come in, every day you show up, we'll tell you if you're still working here.
When I first showed up, right? I was a rube. I walked in. I signed anything.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get the job. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Who was I to throw my weight around a year and a half ago?
Would they have you sign the contract in invisible ink? So in case
That's right. Lemon juice.
Right.
In lemon juice.
It's a lot of pressure Conan's under. A lot of pressure.
But I'm handling it well. Don't I look well?
Yeah, you look fine. I mean, you look good.
Robin, I look well, don't
Yeah, you look good. You don't
really
look like
skinny,
you're sinking under the pressure.
You think he looks skinny?
Yeah, you don't have AIDS, do you?
Oh, Jackie Puppet.
Oh, Conan.
Always end on a surefire.
Conan.
Always end with the crowd-pleasing material.
I think I want to book that model.
I think you ought to. Now that you know she's dating Jon Stewart.
Yeah, book her. Book her.
All right, book her on the show. Now she got my
We
interest.
have to ask Conan about that Farrah Fawcett thing.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Help me.
You'll listen. Believe me, you'll be able to handle it.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a tough question.
Okay.
All right.
I have my
What
lawyer.
we call a softball question.
All right.
All right. Let me take a break here. Obviously, I got to calm down the Jackie Puppet. He's completely.
You know what you got to do?
Oh, this one's going to be good.
No, this
I
ain't
know.
for you. You're stupid. You're not even listening to me. You know what I would do, Howard?
What?
I would get Jon Stewart drunk and tell him to drive your wife, like the little girl on the lake. You know what? If I saw that Jon Stewart, I'd punch him harder than O.J. punched Nicole.
Wow.
He's on fire.
He's funny, isn't he?
What's that? He's actually reading these off.
You know what it is?
The sad thing is these are written down, and he's reading them off. You better read these right.
He writes his own material.
You don't work off a teleprompter.
I thought he was just spitting these out, but they're actually. I think they're actually even typed.
Right off the top of your head, right?
Jackie Puppet accusing you of working from a teleprompter. Is that true?
I'm trying to get a teleprompter. They're $800. I wish I had a teleprompter.
All right, listen, this is turning into a war between Jackie Puppet and Conan.
He's real quick with the comebacks, just like his checks.
Okay, all right. Conan, let's take a break. Conan O'Brien is here, the host of the 12:30 slot on NBC. It's called Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be going into the battle of his life against Tom Snyder. He is preparing for battle, and we are preparing him for it.
All right.
We're on your team, and we're trying to help you to, get all fired up about the big competition. Will you do anything different? Well, let me ask you when we get back.
All right.
Yeah, how is he tuning up the show?
Let's find out if there'll be changes in the show.
I don't see any big future for a guy who fights with a puppet.
I think this is good TV. Good radio and good TV.
Oh, you don't know anything.
All right, let's take a break. He's a tough one. He's a tough one, that puppet. Let's take a break. I'll tell you one thing. Conan's an okay guy.
Why do you say that?
He put Stuttering John on and let him play music. It's more than I've done.
That's right. You haven't let him play?
No. Of course not.
I was suckered in.
Well, yeah. How did you get suckered?
I don't know. I just thought.
What is it, Jackie Puppet?
I'm ready to...
What?
I'm ready to play mystery guest.
All right.
Mystery guest? Are you going off the air real soon?
Oh. Jackie, let me tell you about the Jackie Puppet, Conan, just so you understand this. I can tell Conan's really annoyed with the Jackie Puppet.
I like the Jackie. No, I am not annoyed with the Jackie.
He's like, I came in here and I'm being harassed by a puppet.
What interests me?
Yeah.
No, 90% of the bits on my show are puppet related.
Right.
I'm used to this.
Yeah.
I'm used to being harassed by puppets. I've noticed that Jackie will not look at the Jackie Puppet.
No, Jackie hates the Jackie Puppet.
You will not. You have not turned once just to even acknowledge.
Jackie doesn't like the Jackie Puppet.
That is not true.
But the funny...
It's just very rude. You have your back turned the whole time.
I am working.
And the Jackie Puppet is very obnoxious. Nobody likes him.
He's just misunderstood.
Yeah, but I don't think Conan likes the Jackie Puppet. I'll be honest.
I like the Gary. I think the Gary Puppet. It's more aesthetically pleasing. I prefer the Gary Puppet.
Right.
Yeah, the Jackie Puppet has been vicious to Conan.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
You know what it is? The Jackie Puppet is jealous because nothing good goes on in his own life.
No,
it is true.
That's true. Everybody treats me like a piece of wood.
So he's happy when he reads. There are people who are happy when you do badly. You know that. I'm sure there are people in your own life.
It's human nature.
Yeah, who will be happy. They got probably a little jealous when you got the job.
Right.
A lot was written when you got late night. You said, well, he never had a show before. So what? You got your shot there. You're doing it, and there are people who are wishing you ill. Is that correct?
Does he have friends who
Right.
read the paper and then they call, oh, Conan, is everything okay?
I get that. I get that all the time.
Really?
I hate when I was telling Conan during the commercials that the reason I hate my job most, there's many reasons, but the top reason I hate my job is because of ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And, you get the
spin that people put on him in the news media.
I'm number one everywhere I go, and yet if I drop 1/10 of a point, I get nuts. I want to kill myself. Robin will tell you about it.
Oh,
True?
Ridiculous.
So Robin has to come in and then try to cheer me up. She goes, are you crazy? We're number one everywhere.
I have to slap him around.
Stop crying, you Jew!
Hey, that's a half Jew.
Sorry, whining, complaining Jew!
Now you're a puppet.
You bastard.
I'm down 1/10 of a point! We're the Wailing Wall!
Now, Jackie Puppet.
You're cheap, too!
I gotta tell you, the puppet finally got a laugh out of Jackie.
Yeah, he did.
I love it when you're down.
You can be sure that Jackie wrote that line for the puppet.
Jackie will now turn and face the puppet.
The plan was to have,
that was
the plan was to have the puppet talk to Conan.
Attacking you.
Yeah, right. That's okay. All's fair in love and war, Jackie Puppet.
Look, I just,
But why? Why do you get depressed at this point?
I get depressed because I feel rejection. I feel like I haven't done my job somehow. I feel like I've done a horrible job.
He immediately assumes that it was something he did.
Right.
See, I always assume that I go through those things because it's still new. It's a year and a half
No,
later.
it never changes.
You mean 8 years from now?
8 years, 20 years from now, you'll still go through it. It doesn't matter because you want to be on top. Something Jackie Puppet wouldn't know because he's a loser and that's why he loses. He doesn't care.
Oh, yeah, you're going to find,
Oh, come on.
Here you are sitting here, you're complaining because you're down 1/10 of a point. And Richard,
I'm not down 1/10 of a point.
Richard Pryor is lying there with MS. You're complaining. That is pretty funny, though. He's lying there with MS.
Oh, he's laughing at a word.
Jackie Puppet's happy about that. You're just jealous, Jackie, because you never had the career Richard Pryor had.
You know what? He thinks the slot is open now in the comedy circuit.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm trying to interview Conan about this.
That poor Mooley.
All right. Okay. Oh my.
When did you become Italian, Jackie Puppet?
Changing it.
All right, hold on over there, please. Please, Jackie Puppet. I'm trying to talk to Conan. Conan, I apologize.
You've done the best you can to create a good interview environment.
I'm trying my best.
And look what happened.
It's completely wrong. It's completely wrong what he's saying. Now, he's very upset. He's just jealous of you because you have a show.
But do you have supportive friends, or do you have the kind of friends who like to yank your crank when things are going bad?
They like to yank my crank.
Are there certain people in your life who come up to you and go, oh, I read about it in the paper? They do it under the guise of being upset. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Come on, tell the truth.
No, honestly, actually, I have real good friends. I got the same, the same.
Yeah, but even like your girlfriend, doesn't she come in like go, what I read in the paper, is that true? Should I start packing my bags?
Should I start seeing someone else?
Should I call Greg Kinnear?
Do you think the girlfriend will stay with you if you do lose the TV show?
Or does she go with the show?
Hard to say. Yeah, of course she would. Yeah.
You think she'd stay?
Yeah. I'll still have a lot of money.
Let's call her.
Yeah.
How long has this been going on?
I don't know.
2 years?
Oh, no. About 9 months or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he dumped the L.A. girl, remember?
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right.
No,
I can't keep track of you. Womanizer.
Hey, Conan, when you go down in the ratings, does your girlfriend get drier?
Oh, Jackie.
Tasteless. Absolutely tasteless.
It's amazing. You think, well, he's hit bottom now.
Right.
I think he has hit bottom. And then you find a new low.
When he's drinking over there. Put down the beer. You're getting too loaded.
Jackie Puppet, a real bottom feeder.
Conan, let's just say that the show is on at 12:30 at night.
Yes.
You continue to grow in the ratings.
Yeah, we're doing well.
You're doing well.
Are they going up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, then you get your girlfriend in the bad place when they go up.
It's all going to end in a group hug. Let's all hug now. Puppet too.
All right, Puppet. Mellow out.
All right, one thing we got to clear up.
Clear it up, Robin. Come on. Let Conan talk, Jackie Puppet.
Farrah Fawcett
Oh, yeah.
was on the show.
Wait, remember
there
you
was
had...
a lot of controversy about what was going on there.
All right. You were doing Farrah Fawcett that night. You had her on the show.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yeah. Farrah, piece of ass, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing some show. What was I doing?
Live at 5 or The Tonight Show? Was it when the
Yeah, I was doing
Show?
The Tonight Show.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how I was doing it, but I was doing it. I guess it was in New York.
Yeah, no, it was when Jay was in Studio A.
Yeah, right. So I did the Tonight Show. And then all of a sudden, I heard that Farrah wanted to come down and do I don't know.
Meet you.
She wanted to meet me, and you guys were supposed to have me on with her or something. Do you know anything about this?
No, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I told you it was jive.
Oh,
What is it, Gary? Am I reading that right?
No, you're reading it right. I was just going to let you know our mystery guest is here.
Oh, all right, so I got to throw Conan out?
Well, we love
nice.
Conan, but we're on a little bit of a schedule.
Oh,
It's warm
hey,
here.
listen. What
Well,
is it?
we had heard that you were trying to keep Farrah away from Howard. All kinds of rumors were floating around.
Are you keeping Farrah away from me?
Yeah, I'm the only thing between Farrah and Howard, yeah.
Maybe Conan wants to play mystery guest.
You want to stay here and guess who it is?
Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, I'll do. Sure, I'd love to.
Really?
Can I? Yeah.
You want to know? Gary
What
says
do
you
you
can't.
guys want? I can't? There's
You
not
can't.
enough room?
They got an entourage.
No,
evidently.
he probably shouldn't, and I can explain
How
why
awkward.
later on.
Oh, really?
There's actually a reason.
It's probably Tom Snyder. Probably Tom
Actually,
Snyder.
I know the reason.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. You do?
Yeah, I'm all-knowing. I'm plugged into everything.
Oh, okay. All right. Conan, listen. I hope you get to keep the show.
Yeah, I hope so.
Are you working hard at it? You getting in there? He gets in there at 10 o'clock in the morning. He's working his ass off.
Yeah?
I believe you just got to plug away. Ignore what everyone tells you. Just keep sticking to it, and it will succeed. Do you understand?
All right.
Stick
Now,
in
is there
there.
any chance you would ever come on the show?
No.
There's a chance I'll come on.
Okay. That's the story of my life. Well, I can't get Howard, but I'll get the Jackie puppet.
Conan, let me be
I can't get Howard and I can't get Jackie. But I'll get the Jackie puppet.
No, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to come on your show after you're off. After they fire you. I'll go.
After I'm gone?
Yeah, after you're gone, I'll go on. No, I'm just kidding, of course. No, you know me. Listen, I told Leno and Letterman no. I'm in seclusion right now. I'm going through a whole thing.
But my show has an appeal, theirs doesn't.
Is that right? All right, let me
know.
think about it. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you on that. Seriously, let me think about that.
All right.
If you survive another year, maybe.
Yeah, okay. Last another year.
Who thought I'd make it this far?
No one. If you last another year,
I'll be here another year.
I guarantee you I will come on. If
I
you
guarantee you I'll be
There you
around.
go.
I promise you.
I don't think I'll have to do it. All right, there you go.
I'll be
Conan,
here.
I have faith in you, seriously, and good luck with the show.
Thanks a lot, Howard.
You don't, Jackie Puppet? All right.
Secretly, he does.
Listen, let me shoot straight with you. You're in a very disposable form of media.
And he gets very eloquent at the end.
And I know that it's easy to get depressed.
Uh-huh.
Now, you know how I handle depression?
How's that, Jackie Puppet?
I smoke pot and throw in my mother's face.
We ended on a high.
All right, Conan, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Conan O'Brien. We'll be back right after these words with Mystery Guest. All right, let me quickly get all the microphones up because we're going to be playing Mystery Guest, which I love to play.
I'm very excited by this one. I do have to tell you that Mystery Guest, you know, all I can say without giving too much of a hint is that Mystery Guests have had a very, very positive aspect of their career, and then there's an aspect of their career that hasn't been so positive, and they don't want to dwell on the one that wasn't so positive.
Is that right?
Yeah. They're willing to talk about it, just let's not dwell on it.
All right. Well, this is...
We don't even know who they are. We have no idea.
Was it Michael Jackson?
No, and the Mystery Guest is surprised.
Don't want to dwell on that. Forget about it.
The Mystery Guest really doesn't believe that you don't know. You know, they think that, that this is
that
good,
we're playing around?
But you really don't know.
No, I have no idea who the Mystery Guest is.
All
right, why don't we put on...
John the Man?
Is Jackie Puppet going to be allowed to play?
Gary's excited by air.
Jackie Puppet does have on a blindfold.
I can't get mine on. This is the kind that...
Jack, give me yours.
You got to understand, I can't get this on. Okay. I've got glasses. I got a whole thing going here. Give me that.
You need extra long strings.
I do. I have a problem with my...
There you go.
All right, wait a second now.
Jeez.
Can you get it on, Jackie?
You got a big head, man.
Yeah, I do.
Jackie's the loose on Jackie's head. Are you ready?
Jackie Puppet, you ready?
Yeah.
Fred, you ready?
Absolutely. Blind. Oh.
So nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay.
No.
Robin, you are in place?
I am in place. My blindfold is on. My eyes are closed. I do not cheat.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Are you accusing anyone here in this room of cheating?
Would I accuse?
This is a lot of fun. The audience can play along at home. They will probably enjoy it.
Mystery Guest is about to sit down.
Hello, Mystery Guest. Please sign in.
Sounds like Mystery Guest is a man.
Mystery Guest sounds like a man, but one can never be sure. It could be a woman.
Smell Mystery Guest?
Wait a second. Let me smell Mystery Guest. Hold on. Oop, mystery guest. My goodness. That was Jackie Puppet. Wait. Yeah, very nice scent.
Is it a female or a male?
It's a soapy kind of scent.
But you don't like splash.
Oh, this is a guy.
It's a guy.
All right, are we going to start playing, or are you going to keep sniffing?
Kiss me. All right, wait a second. All right, are we going to start playing? Who will begin the questioning, Robin?
Well, you usually do.
All right, I'll start off. Mystery guest. Robin, what's my question? All right, mystery guest, are you known for your work in film?
No.
I see. That would be a no answer, Robin.
Go right to me. All right, would it be television that you're famous for?
No.
All right, let us go to Jackie Puppet.
Oh. Do you own a white Ford Bronco with blood in it?
I would think that is a no.
That is a no.
Are you known? Who's the?
You are Jackie. The real Jackie.
Known for the world of music?
No.
What the hell do you do?
All right, Fred, it is your turn.
Jeez.
What does that leave?
What does that leave?
It could be sports. Try sports.
Okay. Are you known for sports? Yeah.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to make it hard.
Let's think now.
All right, I go. It's my turn.
Your turn.
No, Fred.
No, it's...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a yes.
Oh, that's
go ahead,
right.
Fred.
Baseball. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Howard.
That's a yeah. That's Fred still
Oh,
going.
he's still going.
Have you played for a New York team? Hell no. Uh-oh.
Hostile to New York.
But no New York.
Mystery guest, are you hostile to New York?
No. Love New York.
Why did you ask that question?
I just wanted to know. He said hell no.
Anything.
Baseball. All right, don't count that as a no. Let me keep going. Oh, all right, it's a no. Robin, you go. I hear Martling right away protesting.
Let's see. Baseball. Are we still playing, mystery guest?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I got to know.
I bet you're sitting on a bundle of dough.
I guess it's Jackie Puppet.
Jackie Puppet.
Oh. Are you a chink? Oh.
Why did we let him?
You're not playing anymore. I apologize, mystery guest.
That's
Puppet.
a yes, right?
No.
That's a no answer.
No.
That is a no.
Are you in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Well, I think you should be.
I guess it's back to Fred.
The whole world thinks that.
Go ahead. I know who it is.
I know who it is. Don't you get it? Don't you get it?
Fred goes.
Then take a guess because
I know. Can I go then?
It's your turn, Howard.
Pete Rose.
That is correct.
I knew
it. There you go. Hey, Pete. Nice to see you.
I see you. How's everything?
Pete, I thought you were Chinese. I thought that was a yes answer. I'm very surprised. Pete Rose, the great Pete Rose, of course. So what was so negative in your career? I don't even know what I'm supposed to talk about.
Please, Howard.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that IRS man knocked on my door.
I don't even know what the hell it was.
Oh, you're so wacky.
You're kidding me. I was going to bet it was you. I knew I should have taken the long eye.
That's why he's the king.
That's right. Pete, can I ask you this? Can we take a little break? A little commercial break.
Sure.
I know I probably don't have you for a long time, but I would like to have you here and ask you a couple of questions. So let me take a short break.
Okay.
I'll chop the puppet in half. We'll get rid of the puppet.
We won't let the puppet ask any more questions.
And then we'll come back and find out what the hell you're doing here. I can't believe you're here.
All right.
This is very impressive.
Sounds great.
The great Pete Rose right after these words. So, Pete.
Yeah.
You're looking damn good shape.
That's what golf wants a day to do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what it does?
Uh-huh.
He looks in good shape.
Yeah, most of these guys fall apart when they leave.
Yeah, I had Mickey Mantle in here. He didn't look so good.
Mickey
You know what I-
peeking.
Yeah, but he has some problems.
Yeah, he got problems. So what? You still should look good.
He's a legend, though.
He's a legend. You're a legend.
What is a legend?
Well, a legend is a guy who he has some form of accomplishment.
He surpasses the sport
Right.
that he plays or whatever medium he's
So
in.
Howard's a legend, huh?
I would say so, yes.
Yes, I am a legend, and you are a legend, and we're
these
meeting
guys
each
are
other.
legends in their own
No,
minds. right?
everyone here is a legend except Fred.
Jackie's trapped in his mind.
Jackie.
How about the puppet man over
Right, the puppet is. You like the puppet,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Say hi. Hey, Jackie Puppet, say hi to Pete.
Hey, how the hell are you, Charlie Hustle?
There you go. There you go.
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle. That's right, Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
What else do you know about Pete Rose? You know anything?
That he used to travel separate from the team.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah?
Pete, did you?
No, I
Give
did
him a
not.
big white Rolls Royce or something.
Is that right?
Yeah,
well, I don't blame you.
We used to have one of those, but nah. You know, I mean, obviously, you didn't follow baseball that closely.
No, but you were better than the rest of the team, so you obviously felt you shouldn't travel with them. Is that true?
No, not at all.
There is nothing wrong with that. I'm going to tell you something. I don't travel with my crew here.
You can't get around. I mean, a charter plane. You got to get on that charter plane and go to San Francisco. Or
so the Jackie Puppet is wrong about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you fart a lot?
Oh, for God's sake. You're
Step over the line.
Hey, you know, you played with my father.
Yeah, just when you didn't like the catcher, when you went to home plate, that's when you let him out.
You would fart in the catcher's face.
Then the guy could steal the base because the catcher's too far behind home plate.
Hey, Pete Rose played with my father.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was a bat.
Okay, Jackie.
Over Cincinnati.
Very good. All right. Very good. That's enough from you. Very good. He was a bat. What's it like to be a real man? Seriously. What's your story? I mean, you were a real man. When you were a kid...
When did you know you had all this incredible talent?
When you were a kid...
Well, you know, believe it or not, when I was a kid, I was a better football player than I was a baseball player.
I can see that. You're short and stocky.
Yeah, but because my father was a football player, and he wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and to be honest with you, it was my mistake. I just didn't like school, or I'd have went to college. And,
yeah,
but Pete, you're a man's man. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I grew up very feminine. You understand? I do not look like a man. In other words, when you were in high school and you started playing sports, you would go into the shower and shower with the rest of the guys, and it was no big deal, right? You didn't care if someone saw your penis.
No big deal.
Right?
No big deal. You're right.
You used to walk through that locker room. You never even thought about it.
Down that lane.
Pete, let me tell you something. I'm being honest.
Runways.
Let me tell you something. I got to tell you something.
And then all of a sudden, there's Dominican Republicans that come in.
Hey, let me just say something to you, and I know you're not going to believe this because I'm 6'5" and I look like I'm a big man. I could not play sports because of my penis.
Really?
I was so embarrassed that someone would see my... I am big. And isn't it true they would make fun of the other guys when they would take the showers?
Look at Howard.
Right.
Is that right?
What's
he was in a laughing
Hey, what is that, a vagina?
Give him a towel.
Yeah, give him a towel. You see what I mean? And I never
Give him a thimble.
I have... Even to this day, when I go to a gym to work out, I will not shower. I have to go home in my smelly clothes.
My goodness.
And my wet, smelly clothes. And you never had that problem.
But you always got these chicks around you.
I got chicks around me. I don't act on it. But listen, I'm in love with my wife. You know that. What about you? You get laid like crazy. True? True or false?
Not lately.
Is that right? Single?
I'm here.
You single?
No.
Oh, you're married?
Yeah.
Oh, so you never get laid. Oh. Hey, you know...
No, you are married, really?
No, I am married. I've been married 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Children?
I got 3 kids.
How old?
I've got an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
All right.
Well, Ashley's not.
I got a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
She's almost.
I got a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 29-year-old, and a 23-year-old.
Oh, you're on the second wife?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding. How'd you get rid of...
You only had one?
Only one wife. How did you get rid of the first wife? How did that work?
She said leave. I just packed up and left.
Is that right?
Who you out?
She said leave. I said okay. Where's the door?
Why? Because you were dating, right?
She didn't think because I was in a slump that year.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I had 280 that year.
No, but Pete, you probably got married when you were very young, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And you probably lost your virginity when you were young.
I was in the army when I got married, so I was away from home when I was...
You were lonely.
Yes.
Yeah, but let me understand this. When you're a guy who's a successful athlete, even in high school, which you were, right?
Uh-huh.
Do girls immediately start coming on to you at an early age?
I think they do, the football players.
But not to baseball players?
No, because baseball's not a big high school sport, right, fellas?
So how long does it take you to lose your virginity? Did you lose it at 16?
Oh, you got to be 12 or 13, something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You 12 or 13?
Be 12
really?
You got to wait till you're a teenager. You got to wait till you're a teenager at least.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So then what happened was you were, about 16 when you lost it?
Well...
Come on. See, nobody interviews you about this.
I wouldn't know enough to drive yet.
I could care less about baseball. I want to hear when you got laid.
You know, I was out in the boonies. I was raised out in the boonies.
So you were.
So it happens early out there.
Let's go camp.
It happens early one way or another with farm animals or a girl, whatever comes first. That's it. I know that, right? So wait a second.
That's the Venezuelans that do that.
Exactly. But hey, did your first wife steal home?
No, she didn't steal.
You know what I mean? Steal you home. She took you home. Hey, listen.
Not really. I got out of there pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, good for you. No, but I'm saying when you became the legendary Pete Rose and your career started taking off and you're this monster of a baseball player and everything, and now you're married.
Yeah.
The women come on to you like crazy. True or false?
No.
Oh.
I'm getting too old now.
Oh, come on. When you were a young man, when you were playing the game, and you were Pete Rose.
Well, yeah, but you got to have control over things. You know what I mean?
Really, you controlled yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, she should have stuck with you.
I was too busy.
Really, no kidding.
So are you talking about the
first
wife?
Yeah, the first wife.
Oh, no, just.
You got married too young. That was.
That was back in the 60s,
I hear you.
70s.
That's unbelievable.
You're too young for that.
And then you're a young man. Believe me, he had plenty of women chasing him.
I'm sure they were chasing.
You got to make an appearance down at my store.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got a beautiful restaurant down in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, is that right?
I do my radio show.
Well, first of all, okay, Pete wants to talk about his radio show for a second.
He's got a radio show?
Yeah, I got a lot to talk to Pete about, but we should get this in. Pete's now a radio guy.
I didn't know that.
After all your controversy.
Yeah.
So what, I don't even know what happened to you. What, did they throw you out of baseball?
Yeah.
What for gambling or something?
Playing.
Well, you weren't playing. Why did they throw you out of baseball?
See, I'm glad he didn't follow the case because
I really didn't.
He's probably more adverse to what's going on than most people because he wasn't brainwashed.
That's right.
It's hard to brainwash. It's hard to
find his brain.
What is it, Gary? Speaking of brainwash,
I was going to help you out with some of the sports stuff. Pete wasn't playing, but he was managing.
He was managing.
Oh, you were managing.
The Reds with Marge Schott.
Oh, Marge Schott. Yeah. Mrs. Schott is here. Mrs. Schott, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. You liked working with Pete Rose? No problems?
No, Pete was fine. I had no problems. Not with white men. They're not lazy and shiftless like them niggers. Oh.
Well, for God's sake.
Marge, put that drink and cigarette down. It's too damn early.
Now, Mrs. Schott was controversial. Never mind.
Well,
you.
Let me tell you something.
What a controversial team.
Let me tell you about Mrs. Schott.
Right, yes.
Mrs. Schott.
Did you ever hear her talk about the niggers?
Yeah.
You did. Mrs. Schott, now we got you.
Wait,
you see what I mean? You always say... You come on.
Heard it. We used to sit and goof on the niggers together.
No, you didn't.
And the Jews and the wops.
Did you talk about Jews as well? Yeah, wops.
Wops.
Yeah.
People don't understand Marge, Howard. Marge don't like anybody.
Right. At least she's equal.
Opportunity offender.
But she has something everybody wants. She has the Cincinnati Reds. She's got all this money.
Right.
She's the loneliest person in the world. No family, no friends.
Just that dog.
I mean, and when she goes, when the lights are out at the ballpark, she's got to go home.
But isn't it weird because here's Mrs. Schott.
Yeah.
Her claim to fame was she was married to a guy who owned the Reds.
Right. No. She was married to a car guy.
Right. So she didn't know anything about baseball. So how do you manage a team when you're working for...
Let me tell you a story about Marge. You'll get a kick out of this story. The word is in Cincinnati that Marge Schott was going to be file for divorce. Charlie Schott was going to file for divorce on Monday.
Right.
And the Friday before the Monday, he was in the saddle with some chick in a hotel, and he died in the saddle.
Oh, my God.
Now, that's how lucky Marge Schott is.
That's right. Because she never would have gotten
She got all the wealth, and then but she put her money where her mouth was when it come time to buy the Reds, and she bought the Cincinnati Reds, something that a lot of people could have did, but she did it.
And she did it.
Yep.
And did you like managing under her? But isn't she a pain in the ass?
No, not at all. Let me tell you how they get her out of line. What happened is she was at a banquet about 2 months ago, and someone asked her about earrings. And I don't know if you were the same as her, but she said, when I was a little girl, my mom and dad told me to be very leery of guys with earrings.
Right.
And the next day, the press says, Marge says, players with earrings are gay.
Oh, dear.
Did you ever, Mrs. Schott, so you got framed by the press?
Am I right, Mrs. Schott?
I never said people with earrings were gay. I said they were queer.
You did?
Queers.
Well,
Grubby, rotten queers.
Well, Mrs. Schott, you're an outrage. You really...
Fags wear earrings.
Yeah, I see. Well,
evidently you're not on in San Francisco, right?
I guess not. Actually, we are.
You were, right?
Yeah, right.
Some faggot reporter set me up.
Mrs. Schott, you maintain, as Pete, I'm sure... Well, Pete says he heard you say these things, but you maintain that the press was framing you. Am I correct?
Yeah, they were framing me.
Right.
They set you up.
Sure.
Right. You like the gays.
My mother and father taught me good.
Right.
Never hit a nigger in the head, you'll break your hand.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Well, give them heads, for the jungle. It's tough coming up in them jungles in Africa. I love to sit around and eat jink food and bitch about menopause with Pete.
So, Pete, was she like that? I mean, seriously.
I'm going to be scared to leave this place.
But, Pete, wasn't she like that? I mean, you would listen to this stuff, but you're used to salty language in the locker room, right?
She's a regular gal.
Yeah, and you never squealed on her. You never said yes to the press.
She didn't intimidate me, right? Because she understands how much money I made her.
Right.
Going back to Cincinnati.
And nobody even knows what ethnic group you were, Pete, so she's going to make fun of you.
I like her. I mean, I think she's got a bad rap.
So there you go.
And I love
regardless
you.
of what that guy says.
And I love you, Pete. You never stole from me.
Right.
Like
Margie.
them grubby niggers.
Oh, boy.
The niggers and the Dominicans and Cubans.
Do people out there in the audience know
What
he's
am I,
black?
the friggin' United Nations?
All right,
It's my responsibility to hire these people.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Schott.
It's my humanity.
Get your own show, Mr.
Yeah, really. So Pete, of course, the legendary Pete Rose sitting here with us. Most hits, 4,256.
Please don't tell him I'm here.
He doesn't want to be here anymore.
No one wants to be here. We don't want to be here with Mrs. Schott.
He was good with a mouthful of red, man. Niggas can win a game for you, but you gotta lock them up between games.
All right, it's enough. Okay, thank you. All right, Mrs. Schott, I'm turning down your microphone. All right, Pete, I want to get back to the interview. Now, all right, you're off now. You're still rattling. I apologize, Pete. Pete, so... All right, okay, you're off already. I'm talking to Pete now.
Jesse Jackson's a friend of mine. He was.
Right, yeah, right. Well, this is an outrage. Obviously, we're lampooning Mrs. Schott.
Yes.
Pete. Yes, there's a message here somewhere.
I don't know.
Pete, let's get back to the the energy in the room.
Yeah.
It's been all sucked out by Mrs. Schott. Pete.
She don't get up this early. She don't get up at 8:30.
No, that obviously is not Mrs. Schott. It's an impersonator.
Better look at it.
That's an angry little man.
That's an angry little man who has a whole agenda because he's Ren and Stimpy. All right, anyway, listen to this. So Pete now is a radio guy.
Yes. Now,
all right.
what is this show?
It's a sports radio show where obviously what Pete is sick and tired of is these guys who never played ball in high school.
Yeah, these
they never
water
played
boys.
professional ball.
The
They never
experts?
these so-called experts.
Yeah.
You felt, hey, I'm an expert. I played the game.
Experts with no experience.
Right. So you do a show where you sit down for what, 2 hours?
2 hours. Just not. I like to be on the same line as you, but we sit there and take phone calls, just like you take phone calls.
And you screen the phone calls, or I take phone calls.
We have a screener.
You do have a screener.
But see, what we try to do, Howard, is we have to come up with a topic on a nightly basis because we're all over the country, and we can't center on the Miami Dolphins.
It's got to be about everything.
Right.
He's now being syndicated. Right. It's called Sports Fan Radio Network.
Mm-hmm.
And they're out of Vegas with offices in Seattle and, of course, here in New York. And
are you on in New York?
I was on ABC a couple years ago.
So maybe they'll have you back or something.
Yeah,
now
but
that
the
they know
syndicator has got the Army to get out there and get the job done, and I'm very happy to be
And you're getting the ratings and all that stuff?
Yeah, we do good.
Yeah, you do good?
Yeah,
good.
I have, like you, I have great guests.
That's right. You have the great guests come in, and then they sit there, and they talk about sports.
You
and
get
what about this?
Right? You get anybody you want, right?
I get anyone I want, of course. Everyone's anxious to be here.
You have Michael Jordan?
No, never interviewed Michael Jordan. Did you have him?
No, I don't do interviews.
He doesn't?
I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the other night.
Oh, is that right?
He doesn't do many interviews either.
He doesn't? Why not? He has nothing else to do.
I don't know.
What is he doing now?
What is he doing now?
I don't know.
I saw him on Jeopardy, Kareem Abdul. I saw him doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
He told me he'd like to be a coach in the NBA.
Well,
he'd like to do that. I didn't think he'd have the patience to do that. As good a player as he is, it's hard to have the patience to be a...
Well,
look
you
at
managed.
you,
Yeah, but it's tough today, man. It's tough. It's tough for him to manage you 3 people, 4 people.
Oh, forget it. Well,
5 people, 6 people. How many people are here?
But at least you had Mrs. Schott yelling at all the players for you.
Yeah.
So wait a second. So let me understand something. So after you become the great Pete Rose and you're a legend and all this, does it go to your head? Do you become a guy who?
Well, in Cincinnati, you were like a god.
Yeah. I mean, could you just walk into a bar and get laid? I mean, can you? I mean, where's the
They had
payoff?
whole parades for him.
Pete, where's the payoff in all of it?
I tell you what, the ballpark's on Pete Rose Way.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's scary, Howard. That is scary to go in when I left Cincinnati and moved to Florida.
Yes.
And you go back for the first time and you're driving in. The airport in Cincinnati is in Kentucky. It's in Kentucky. Did anybody know that?
No.
You don't ever land in Cincinnati. The airport's in Kentucky.
Huh.
And you got to go over the bridge and you come into the city and you look up and it says Pete Rose Way and then big green signs. You had to hit yourself saying, am I dead?
And how much fun is it to be a professional athlete? I mean, you get to hang around with guys. You hang around with guys.
You go out and play a game.
Yeah, you can drink and stuff, eat all you want because you get to exercise the next day.
It's first class. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
That's the problem, I think, with athletes today. It's limousines, it's jet planes, it's private jets.
Is it a horrible letdown, though, when your career's over?
No, not at all. Not at all, because you got to remember, I played longer than anybody. I played 24 years, so how selfish would I be to say, I wish I still was playing? I mean, I was in it. I was a manager. I run the show, and as you can imagine, just reading the papers today, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to manage today than it was in the 70s or the 60s because of the amount of money the athletes make.
That's right. It's hard to tell a guy who's making millions of dollars.
So who you on in this strike? The owners?
Neither. I think it takes 2 to tango.
Let me tell you what I feel.
But let me tell you one thing. Excuse me for interrupting you, but I know it's your show.
That's all right. All I have to do is bring back Mrs. Schott. I can shut you up. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
But I went through the free agency in 1979, and I was offered oil wells and Budweiser distributorships and race horses and stuff like that. So I'm a guy that believes that most of the monsters have been created by the owner's inability just to say no. And you don't have to give a guy $6 million a year for 8 or 9 years if you don't want to.
That's right.
And now they all of a sudden decided they give out too much. We got to take it back, and the players aren't going to go for it. I don't see a common ground area.
I am on the side of the players. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. I believe players are not athletes. I believe they're entertainers.
I agree with you.
And as an entertainer, just like Cher goes to Las Vegas and sets her rate, a guy should be able to ask for anything that he wants. Should
Howard Stern have a salary cap? Hell no.
Hell no. I would never
You just were selling your commercials, right?
Exactly.
And that's why your income is going up. Why should they put a cap on you? Why should they put a cap on Barry Bonds?
Exactly, and that's the point. And because these owners... The problem really is that the owners don't sit and share the television revenue evenly, and they're all upset about it, and they want to take it out on the player's salary.
See, he knows. I mean, why does George Steinbrenner give a damn about the Milwaukee Brewers or the California Yankees?
I don't know.
That's right.
I mean, why should he? I mean, George paid a lot of money to buy the Yankees, a lot more than the guy in Milwaukee did.
And he pays a lot for his
team. Right, he does. And why should he share the profits equally? I agree with him 100%.
Well, there you go. Obviously, I know my
That's
sport.
the problem, Howard. They don't agree with each other. You don't have 28 owners on the same page, and until that happens, you're not going to have a...
What would be wonderful is if all the players got together and made up their own league, picked a game, and they sold the rights to TV.
Then you have the least problems with the stadium.
Well, who cares? So fine. They could play in a sandlot. You put a couple of cameras in there. I'll bring the cameras in. It'll be fine.
If you coach, they could play in Yellowstone Park. They'd have a hell of a crowd.
Exactly. So, Pete, anyway, so the point is, now you're out of baseball completely. That's it.
I'm a fan.
And you don't want to get back in.
I'm
Even
a fan.
if they said to you tomorrow you could get back in, would you care?
No, because...
Would you go back and coach or something?
No, I'm a fan.
So that was like the lowest point in your life, but at the same point, now that you're back on top, what do you care?
Well, it wasn't the lowest point. It was exciting for me because I had so many great young players come through when I was manager. But, just like you, I have a young daughter and a 10-year-old son.
Your wife must be hot. Your wife must be hot.
And listen.
True?
I went through the first family because of my obsession with baseball. My kid grew up before I even knew it.
You didn't even know him.
Well, I knew him, but I didn't know my daughter because she wasn't allowed to go to the
There's nothing wrong with that. You had to make a living. You had to concentrate on your career. No time for children.
You named your son after yourself, right?
My son's name is Pete.
Yeah.
Now that's wrong, right? You're sorry you did that?
Not at all.
Puts too much pressure on a kid.
Not
I'm
at
against Pete Rose Jr. Being named Pete Rose Jr. I would like to see him named, even if he was named Charlie.
There's
Charlie Rose Jr.
Obviously, there's some bad things that come out of that, but obviously there's some good things, too.
Right.
I mean, a lot of door openers, as you might imagine.
Exactly. When you walk in, first of all, the kid must have had sex like crazy because he would walk into a party and say, I'm Pete Rose. I'm right away. I used to lie and say my father was Dan Rather and I got laid. So I know exactly what your son must have gone through. Now, but what's ironic is your daughter is also named Pete. Is that correct?
Peter.
Oh, Peter. Okay.
Peter.
So anyway, now you're a happy man. True?
Yeah.
And the radio show makes you happy.
Restaurant business makes
restaurant. Now, what is the name of the restaurant?
Now you have to understand this restaurant. Okay, let me give you.
What do you serve there?
We serve everything.
Yes.
We have 60 TVs in my restaurant.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a sports bar.
We have 65 video games.
And are you the owner, or they just use your name?
I signed a licensing contract.
Right,
but we already broke ground to build another one in Key West. We're looking in Cincinnati and Orlando. But because of the video games, we created a family restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But once the families go home at 8:30, 9 o'clock, then it becomes a lounge, a sports bar type deal.
Can you make a lot of dough doing this? Licensing your name out?
It's big.
I got to get into that, Robin. Would you like to see Howard Stern restaurant?
What would you put in there?
I put strippers in there. They serve you. They serve you.
First, you put video games as a family, then it's a men's club after.
Right. Well, Pete is known for a family. They say that, but
right, Mrs. Schott.
Yes, Mrs. Schott. Mrs. Schott, do you like that idea?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Didn't mean to wake you up, Marge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, car, Marge.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't work after certain hours.
What do you serve there at your bar?
Everything.
Serve niggas?
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Schott. It's an outrage, Pete.
Everybody, I guess.
That's right. And who hires the waitresses? Do you do that yourself?
No, we have a guy named Rob Cooperman.
You want to get involved in that.
He does a good job.
Between you and me.
We got all these young girls going to college.
So who's the second wife you got? Was she someone you met where?
No, in Cincinnati. She was a cheerleader for the Eagles.
Oh, boy. Hoofa. Now, that's got to be fun. That's fun. Look at Pete. What is it?
You want to check out...
What?
If you want to check out pretty women that hang around with Pete, his radio co-hostess is here.
Yeah.
So how old is she? Was she like 21?
24, 25.
No kidding. Really? You do the radio show with a 24-year-old? You lucky son of a bitch.
You got to see her.
Nice.
Do it in front of kids at the restaurant.
Let me see. Can I see her?
She's on the air.
Here, let me see her. Let me see your co-host. She's articulate?
She works on the air.
What does she do?
What is he doing here?
Oh, Jackie? That's what I keep asking. I keep saying, Jackie, what are you doing here?
You don't say a word, Jack. What's the matter?
I'm not allowed to.
I thought you were deaf mute sitting there.
So you got some hot wife if she was a cheerleader.
Yeah, she's not.
Good for you.
Michelle.
Oh, whoa, you're the co-hostess, huh? Oh, the co-hostess with the mostest. How long you been in radio, my dear?
About a year now.
Very nice voice. Let me put on my radio voice.
Yes, you've got a radio voice.
You've been in radio, you say, for about a year.
Hi there,
How are you? Yes, I have a radio voice, too.
I knew you were going to pick on me.
No.
Mrs. Schott asked her a question.
Yeah, Mrs. Schott, what do you think of her? She's nice, huh?
She's nice. Her boobs don't rest on her shoes like mine do.
That's right. So working with Pete must be very difficult because you are obviously attracted to a legend, Pete Rose, and you can't have him. He is a married man. Is that
Believe
true?
me, if I wanted him, I could have him.
Is that right?
And then he would be officially in the Hall of Fame.
No, the two of you. Is there any sort of sexual attraction between the two of you?
Oh, she's wonderful.
She is?
But she's,
What, married?
too close.
Oh, really? You would never have sex with your co-host? Robin and I are constantly on top of each other. You have no idea what goes on.
We don't find that it hurts our relationship.
No, we just don't tell my wife, and everything's fine. But Robin and I need to unload after. Right? Well, we need to unload after the show.
Yeah, it's very tense doing this show.
You know doing a radio show is not easy.
Well, I guess that's the advantage of doing it at night.
Exactly. Oh, so you like? What is it like to work with Pete?
Well,
it's difficult.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It
Why?
is?
Well, first of all, he never plugs me. You guys never would have known about
He said he's married.
I told you. Didn't I tell you she was out there? Didn't I tell you she was
but I
out
mean,
there?
he's a legend. You know, everybody pushes you aside and wants to.
I see. You don't get any of the attention.
Yeah.
I
That's
see.
okay.
Well, you sound like Jackie Martling. All right. Well, you're a very sexy woman.
Well, thank you.
Pete's a lucky man.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Howard.
Are you wearing a bra?
Yeah.
I'm wearing no panties.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
She got dandruff on her shoes.
Exactly. There you go. Hey, Pete.
Mr. Schott just spoke.
What are you, a shock jock?
Ask him why he went from losing his virginity from 12 years old. It's 10, really.
No, really, you don't know what age he lost his virginity, do you?
I know the whole story.
Well, how did he lose his virginity?
I don't want to tell you.
Did you ever discuss that with her?
No, she's...
10?
She sounds like...
How old were you, Pete, when you lost your virginity?
I
Be
don't
honest.
remember.
And all the women are over him all the time.
Is that right?
Yes.
So Howard,
No
it
kidding.
was so long.
He says the women don't come on to him. They're all over him. All
You
the
have to
time.
understand, I'm the boss. I flirt with all the waitresses.
Oh, do you
Not
really?
one or two. I flirt with all of them.
You
That's
do.
the way to do it.
That's what I would do. You're running an establishment. You have no choice.
You got to keep them all happy,
No
right?
kidding. Absolutely. Well, listen, you
Service is a wonderful
It
thing.
seems like they're
isn't it?
getting along, doesn't it?
It sure does. I think there's a lot to this. No, very. Did you pick her to be your co-hostess?
No, she was
No.
thrown upon me.
Is that right?
She used to do TV in
Orlando.
You got a boyfriend?
No.
No kidding, boy. I'd give you a good workout.
Oh.
Let me tell you. Can you keep your mouth shut and not tell my wife?
Sure.
I'll give you a real good workout.
She was just in there listening.
With
and
what?
you
I
talk
thought
about.
you said you had one like a...
Honey, there's a lot of things I could do to you. I use a vibrator. You'll be totally satisfied. Believe me. I don't need to use me. I can definitely satisfy you.
You don't use them.
You know what my nickname is?
What?
In the bedroom?
Quick draw.
Howard Hustle. That's Charlie Hustle. I'm Howard Hustle.
It's Uncle Howard.
That's
That'd be
right.
an improvement from what I'm used to.
I like your outfit. Very nice.
Well,
nice
thank you.
body. Not bad at all, Pete. You're
Thank
doing
you.
very good. Thank
By
you.
the way, you look much better in person, too.
Oh, sure. Well, that's very nice of you to
I like
say.
your Leroy Neiman out there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
It doesn't look a thing like me.
Oh, it's good.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway, the great Pete Rose has a sports radio show that runs on the Sports Fan Radio Network.
Well, what is his co-hostess' name?
Who cares? He doesn't want...
Michelle Oakes?
Yeah. Michelle Oakes, that's your real name?
Yes, it is.
Because you got a bit of a radio voice.
Oh, no, I don't.
What do? You read the commercials and stuff, and Pete just does... That's some professional. Go ahead. Give her a test and see if she knows anything.
A really simple question. What team has won the most Super Bowls?
I'm going to have to say Dallas.
Is that right?
That's wrong.
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
you mean you don't even know the answer? Pete, what's the answer?
That was for San Francisco.
I see. Well...
Who cares?
I think the show is like Pete talks about sports, and she just keeps saying, this sucks. You know what I mean?
Really? I'm going to tell you all the truth. I mean, we got a couple callers. There's one from Kansas. And he calls, and he always wants to talk to Michelle. And I swear to God, he's in the shower when he calls.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have a sports question for Michelle.
All right, Mrs.
What
Schott.
is it, Mrs.
Pete, I'm
Wright?
sorry, Mrs. Schott. It takes precedent over you. She's an owner.
I feel like I'm with Mickey Rooney again.
All right, here's the question. Does Pete fart and push your head down?
Oh.
He used to do that to me.
He doesn't push my head down. Yes to the first.
All right, baseball salaries. Cap, yes or no?
Yes.
You believe in a cap?
She's against us, Howard.
Why? Well, how about if we put a cap on your salary?
I think I have a cap on my head.
A baseball cap. As long as you have a cap, why shouldn't everyone else?
I agree with her. Niggas don't need a lot of money. They only buy wine and macaroni and cheese.
All right. Well,
money they can do with it what they want.
Well, obviously you're a controversial woman, Mrs. Schott. Obviously, Pete. I want to just congratulate you on the...
I can't believe, Mr. Schott, you never acted like this before.
You never were so...
I just get up, have a shot of Jack, and go back to bed. That's my show.
But if I had 2 kids who were that ugly, I'd probably act like that, too.
I'm just like you. I named my son after me.
Is that right?
What's his name?
Marge.
Oh, he's not too upset.
Pete, you don't sound like you're that upset.
I'm glad I don't have a trip back to Cincinnati for a while. Are you on in Cincinnati?
No, not yet, but I hear there is a negotiation. There is a negotiation
Which
going
station
on.
are you looking at?
I don't know, any of them. Any of them that are on, we'll take. But, yes, this is a controversial show. It has to be set up properly. Pete, Charlie Hustle, may I call you that?
You can't use the words that she uses in Cincinnati.
No, well, listen, you should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Do you know that? Do you think Pete should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
I believe you should. I'm going to tell you why. Whatever your problems were in the past.
Yeah.
Did they have anything to do with what he did on the field?
Has nothing to do with what you did on the field. Your record has to be recognized. It doesn't. Listen, you could go to any baseball player in this country, and you can find out all kind of things about him. Listen, baseball player. Exactly. So the point is, but your record stands. It's a fantastic record. You should be in the Hall of Fame. End of it.
Do you find yourself under any scrutiny from media?
Well, please.
You don't give a damn.
I could give a rat's ass what they say about me. I'm sitting here making a living.
Why do you think the media is like that? You think that
the media is like that because
frustrated because of the money they don't make?
No, because they're looking for news. They got to fill a newspaper every day.
And unfortunately, negative things get more. They sell more papers.
It is big news when Pete Rose is gambling. That is big news. The point is whether Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. You're talking about baseball. The idea that a baseball player should be some sort of role model is absolutely ludicrous. You are an entertainer. You go out, you hit a ball, and that's it. Parents should be role models, not baseball players.
You know, he's right, because when I had the anniversary in August of being suspended for 5 years, it had 2 pages in USA Today. When I had the anniversary for 5 years for breaking a record, it had one little paragraph.
Right.
You know who Pete's worst enemy is, really? It's the sports writers. It's like these holier-than-thou guys, and they write these articles that Pete shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But you're right, because whatever he did on the field...
They're the ones that vote, though. That's the problem.
That's how you get in?
Yeah, sports writers vote you in.
They have like 425 of them, Howard, and you need 75% of the votes to get in.
And they are so pompous that they feel that you have to have this impeccable...
Some of them are purists. Some of them are purists.
Right.
Baseball purists.
And Howard, you're right. You're talking about guys that might make $500 a week or $750 a week voting
Pete Rose. You can't have long hair like that, Howard.
Yeah,
You're not
right.
supposed to have long hair. Jesus had hair like that.
Exactly. I'm like Jesus.
You know, Pete would have been better off if he was on drugs, because they would have forgave him.
That's true.
And that's sad to say.
If you had a drug problem, you would be in the Hall of Fame.
And they paid for it.
That's right. Look what I've made for you. I want to hand this to you now. It's a plaque. It says Hall of Fame plaque. Look at it, Robin. Pete Rose.
You're giving him your own.
Played 24 years. Charlie Hustle. Doesn't hump the waitresses at his restaurant. There it is. Look at it. There it is. And you're going to hang this in your restaurant.
Yes.
It's for you, and I hope you take it with you. And you'll
We'll frame it first.
There's your Hall of Fame. I voted you. There you go.
Thanks, Howard.
There's your own plaque.
Does Pete still go to those conventions where they sign autographs?
Oh, yeah. Do you do that stuff still? You sign the autographs and everything?
I have no problem with that.
Really?
I have no problem with that, because
I think that's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
No, let me explain. Because why is it sad when I'm asked, like, all right, let's take my itinerary over the weekend. I'm going to get on an airplane Friday and go to Arizona, and I'm going to go to a show that costs like $2 or $3 to get into. That has like 150 booths in it. And if they want an autograph, they can get in line and pay for an autograph, pay for my time. Then after that, I'm going to Seattle to do the same thing. Why do people think I should get on an airplane and go to those 2 spots and not get paid? What's the difference if I have Howard Stern come out to do a banquet and I sell 1,000 tickets at $50 each? I should pay him because we used his name to sell the tickets.
What are people doing with these autographs, though? Can you believe it,
It's a business. I had one guy one day got in line to get my autograph, and he had 350 tickets.
Wow.
One guy.
Right.
If that didn't prove to me right there, it's a business.
Yeah.
Nothing will.
Somebody's making money off of it.
It's not. Most of the guys that are in the autograph shows aren't little kids.
Right. Grown up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, do you have rules? Do you have rules as to what you'll sign?
Yeah, what's the rules? Listen to this. You know who has rules?
Ted Williams.
Who does?
Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio.
Well, Joe won't sign a bat.
Joe's wacky.
Joe won't sign.
Did you ever talk to him about that?
He just don't. A lot of guys don't sign.
If you
bats.
bring a bat, he won't sign a bat.
Well, it goes deeper than that.
What is it?
He won't sign something that has anybody else's autograph or picture on it.
Yeah, Joe's great, but he's kind of grumpy.
But even Pete doesn't personalize, which I sort of understand.
Because I don't have time.
Because it just takes time.
Right. So you just sign your name on it.
Yeah, and well, in all due respect, it's a certain amount of money for a flat, which is a ball, a pitcher, something like that. But it's more money to sign a bat because bats are obviously more expensive than balls are.
Mm-hmm.
But the market's out there. I mean, we haven't even tipped the iceberg yet.
Well, all I'm going to say
Aren't you asked for autographs all the time?
Yeah, I'm asked for autographs. I don't charge for them because...
Oh, I don't either from it. I carry little cards.
But if you go to a convention, you will go and sign because it's a business.
I want you to
that I understand.
I want you to understand I'm not getting paid per autograph. I'm getting paid for my time.
For your appearance.
Right.
That's right. And
that's a big difference.
Listen.
I don't have a problem.
I'm glad you got
if you win.
Robin, obviously you have some sort of problem, and you take it up with Pete off the air.
But all you experts here, and he's the one that guessed the celebrity.
I knew
That's
he
right.
just had his turn first.
Ah, yeah, sure. Hey, Pete, listen. I think you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Know my voice.
Mrs. Schott didn't even get it. That's unbelievable, Mrs. Schott.
You were signing autographs? You know what
she does?
It don't take long for blacks to do autographs because
Marge.
niggas sing with an X.
Oh, boy, Mrs. Schott, you are.
Marge sits there.
Yeah.
Marge sits there during every game for 2.5 hours. Listen to this, and she signs autographs. Marge Schott, and she writes a big dog paw.
Oh,
is that right, Mrs. Schott? Why do you put the dog paw there?
Are you saying you're a dog?
Are you saying you're ugly as a
What are
dog?
you saying? That was my handprint.
That was your handprint.
You a-hole.
Well, listen, Pete.
Thanks a lot.
You are absolutely...
Baseball sucks. I play with myself.
All right, listen, Pete, I want to say congratulations on being in the Hall of Fame now that we've given you the plaque. Remember, Doc Gooden got thrown out after he tested positive for coke 10 times. 10 times. Which I don't agree that he should have been thrown out of baseball.
He hasn't been thrown out 10 times yet.
Let me tell you something. No, he got tested. He got tested positive for coke 10 times. And let me tell you something. Didn't he get tested positive 10 times?
Steve Howe has been suspended like 6 or 7 times.
Let me tell you something. I say if a guy wants to do cocaine or heroin or if he wants to take a gun and blow his brains out, if he could show up on the field the next day, I couldn't care what he's doing.
How do you feel about that as a manager?
Well,
you care if a guy does coke?
Yeah, because I had problems with a guy doing coke not showing up for the game.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess
didn't show up for 3 days.
Oh, well, that's a problem. That's different. If the guy doesn't show up, then he's not the team.
And then you find the guy 3 days' pay, and he tells everybody he has a cocaine problem, and you got to give the money back.
You know, it's funny.
Because the Players Association says you can't do that.
And let me tell you something. I'm glad.
You want to be a manager of a baseball team or a football coach? Can't do it.
I'm glad I asked you that question because I was going to offer you some coke. So I'm glad now I know that.
Because I just heard that Dwight Gooden did test positive again.
Right.
But Dwight's a hell of a kid, though.
Suspension.
I'm like Howard. I don't feel sorry for anybody who does coke because they knew what they were doing.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't feel sorry for him either.
The gambling issue is one where they think that you're going to then throw the game or something. That was the issue.
Well, I was
with
suspended for baseball for a minute, and I've been on the Super Bowl, Howard.
Right.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less. But I was the only guy that year to bet on the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and who would know? And who would know?
He didn't do anything against the game.
I know.
All anybody's got to do is analyze and look at my record playing a game of baseball or managing a game of baseball, and there's nothing crooked there.
You're giving a raw deal.
I try to win every time.
Well, there it is, Pete Rose. The full story.
Okay, you learn from your experiences, right?
Absolutely. I got the rawest. Look at my face. I was dealt the raw deal. Want to bet I can get Michelle Stopoff? I'll bet you right now. You're such a betting man. Baby, come over here. Give me a little hug. I'll bet you I'll get that jacket right off. 10-1 odds I'm laying. I'm just kidding. All right, listen.
I'll take it.
You got to. All right, the great and legendary Pete Rose. By the way, he has for those of you listening around the country, tune in his Sports Fan Radio Network, which is growing. He's on in some 130 cities.
Yeah, we're all over.
The great Pete Rose.
We're not like Howard or Rush, but we're getting there.
There you go. And visit Pete at his restaurant.
In Boca Raton, Florida.
What's it called?
What is the name?
Pete Rose Ballpark Cafe.
Okay.
Like his children, he names his restaurants after himself, and that's a smart thing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The great Pete Rose. Thanks, Pete.
If God was walking around, he would either live in Boca or San Diego.
Absolutely, and I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, the great Pete Rose. Yeah, now we're rocking. Well, we've had a very, very busy program, Robin, as you know.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed with Charlie Hustle, Mrs. Schott was here.
And Conan O'Brien.
And Jackie Puffett.
Everybody.
Everyone was here today.
Everybody chiming in, wanting their time on the mic.
That's right. Barely room for me. Barely room for me. But who cares? We had fun. And that's what counts. Trying to think.
What?
Well, there was a bunch of things I wanted to talk to you about, but I'm just thinking that we ought to stay on schedule today. Because if we go late again, it's very bad. Very bad. Bad things happen.
Well, at one point, you said we were going to start getting off at 10. We've never done that.
Well, now we are. I'm looking at the clock. If we started news right now, we'd be off at 10. So let's start news. Let's do it.
All right. I'm sitting here grappling with the big controversy today.
Was that what you're grappling with?
Yes.
I didn't realize.
I haven't been in the show so much because I've been thinking about the great question.
Of?
Was Ricky Lake protesting fur because she cares about animals, or was it a publicity stunt?
Want the answer? Want the answer, or you want to...
Give me the answer. You are the king of all media. You know.
Ricky Lake went to a dinner party where there were these people from PETA. PETA is the...
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
While she was there... And don't forget, this is a woman in the old days who could knock off a couple of animals in one sitting. This is a woman who's killed a lot of animals indirectly by eating...
You know, maybe it's guilt.
...endless bologna and cheese sandwiches. Because God knows what's in bologna. But she eats a lot of bologna. She does. That's her meal of choice.
Is that right?
That's what she ate in prison, bologna and cheese. She did. I read that. So anyway, that's not too much in high-fat content, is it? So anyway, I understand she went to a party. And while she met these people, she said, "Ooh, what's your next thing you're doing?" "We're going to go over and hassle this fashion designer who uses a lot of fur."
Karl Lagerfeld.
Karl Lagerfeld. So, I believe she was passionate about wanting to do an anti-fur protest. And when you get involved with the PETA people, as soon as you are a celebrity, they get very excited. What they ended up doing was they called all the press and said, Ricky Lake will be at so-and-so at such and such a time because she's now an animal protester, animal fur protester. And she went over there with all these people. She was involved in it. And, yes, the press was there. The press was called more by PETA than by Ricky Lake. And I believe that Ricky Lake acted out of sincerity.
Why November?
Coincidence? Absolute coincidence.
Let me just say that they do say PETA officials made no bones about the fact that they had choreographed this event weeks in advance.
Yes.
But they chose a date that was convenient to Ricky.
Right. And I believe that Ricky did it because she believed in this cause. And listen, I don't know Ricky. I think Ricky is a big fatso. But I believe that the timing is coincidence. Listen, you're always in a ratings period. I don't care what you say. Ricky Lake, whether people know it or not, is the second most popular to Oprah. A syndicated television show. I don't think she needs to goose her ratings by getting arrested. I don't. I think she truly believed in it. That's what I'll go on record to say.
Well, here she is to talk about her night in jail.
All right.
Bug situation in jail was just atrocious. I mean, there were bugs this big, and here I was, little old me, terrified of bugs, wanting to squash them, and I'm surrounded by all these, animal rights activists, and I couldn't kill them.
Here she's on Letterman.
Yes.
She did Letterman last night. Now, I don't know. I'm still grappling. I don't know what to think here.
Well, at least she was safe in jail. She's such a pig, nobody wanted to touch her. She didn't have to worry about prison rape. Believe me, the truth is, I don't care if Ricky Lake and all the animals get strapped into a bus and drive into a lake. I could care less. But I am telling you that I believe that she went out there because she cares about this so-called fur issue. And yes, she got a lot of publicity, but that's exactly what PETA wanted. They wanted publicity.
Of course they wanted. I am not saying that they didn't get something out of it, of course.
I don't think it was
I just think it worked very well for both of them in terms of timing.
Listen, I'm the first one, but believe me, it would be a lot funny if I came on the air and said, I think Ricky Lake should be electrocuted for what she did. She broke the law. But I'm telling you, I think she acted out of sincerity. I believe she did. I think she cares about, all women are very emotional about little furry creatures. Look at me.
They're emotional about you.
That's right. You agree, Jackie Puppet?
Yeah.
See? There you go. Now, Puppet agrees with me.
Ricky Lake, I heard she likes Peter a lot.
That she likes. You heard that Ricky Lake likes pita?
She loves Peter.
Pita bread?
No.
Oh boy.
Oh, Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's a thing for penis. I see. All right, Jackie Puppet. You're as clear
I
as
love
Jackie.
furry little creatures.
Do you?
Yeah, I love the furry little creature between Robin's legs.
There you go. Jackie Puppet comes out to you sexually like Jackie does.
Amazing how he carries over that one trait.
Come here. Let me milk you.
All right.
On to the next controversy. New book out about Jacqueline Onassis. Actually, it's a reissue of A Woman Named Jackie by C. David Heyman.
Hey, man. Hey, now.
And he now says there's 2 additional pieces of information in the book that he never included in the original. The first being, actually, it's at the end, that Jackie killed herself. That
Jacqueline Onassis killed herself?
Yes, that she promoted her own death by having some kind of a morphine drip plus Seconal introduced into her system after she, knew that there was no cure for the cancer she had. That she was going to die and that it was going to attack her brain and so forth and so on.
Terrible way to go, Robin.
And
worse if you're married to Newt Gingrich. Did he visit her bedside?
And Jackie said, give me drugs.
Yeah.
Now, of course...
I wish I get cancer. She should have shot herself between the eyes. That way she couldn't miss.
Oh, dear.
Using a walleye pike.
The official cause of death...
Sounds like a fun weekend to me.
For her would have been listed on her death certificate, but that's some kind of a personal document that only the family released, and it has not been.
What a
we
story.
don't know if that's true. The other new revelation is that Jackie was having an affair with Senator Robert Kennedy.
I believe that.
After the death of her husband. And it ended only after Robert's own death, according to this new book.
I believe that.
Why do you believe that?
Because the Kennedys can't keep it in their pants. They can't. These are boys of privilege. When you have all that money, there's nothing else to do but go out and have sex with your brother's wife. I don't doubt that. You're saying after John Kennedy got his head blown off,
yeah, she started
Bobby consoled
Bobby.
it. I believe it. Absolutely believe it. Absolutely.
You believe that Ricky Lake is sincere,
yep,
and that Jackie slept with Bobby?
I bet the house on it. What was that?
Jackie Martling slept with Bobby.
Oh, well, Bobby Kennedy Jr. said that's really sick.
What would he know? You think I know what my father's been? I don't know if my father's ever had sex with any other woman but my mother.
Do you imagine that he did?
I can't imagine a life that he slept only with her, but holy mackerel.
Stop that, Howard.
I can't help but think about Ted, that fat drunk. He couldn't nail old fish face.
I'll be quiet. He's now not a drunk anymore. He doesn't drink anymore.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't drink any less.
All right, please.
Well,
I'm arguing with a puppet.
Bobby Kennedy Jr. was the only one to comment. Everybody else said I can't comment on that. So who knows what is.
Well, what do you believe?
And now that she's dead...
Do you find it shocking or hard to believe that a Kennedy would try to seduce a woman?
No, I don't find that hard to believe, but you act as if every woman just has to give in.
No, I believe Jackie was attracted to Bobby after this happened, and she wanted to get back at John for having all those affairs.
He was dead.
It doesn't matter.
Moot at that point.
No, not at all.
She's getting back at his memory.
That's right. Absolutely
good.
Believe it.
Very good.
And I was a big fan of the late Robert Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. Well, last night was a sad day.
What, Fred did some work?
Not a chance.
Fred wrote a bit?
Not a chance.
For all lovers of women in tennis.
Man.
At Madison Square Garden, we saw the end of an era. As Martina Navratilova hangs up her singles racket.
Oh.
She was eliminated in the first round of the Virginia Slims tournament that's happening here in New York by Gabriella Sabatini. And here's a little from the retiring Martina.
That's fag.
What?
Hold on a second. The tape is not playing.
Why were you kissing that woman?
There it is.
Kissing goodbye. Like hell you were. You were kissing her like a man. Don't insult my intelligence. All right, I did kiss her. Is that all you can say about it? Well, what more do you want me to say, Mother? You've obviously made your mind up about the whole thing anyway. You wouldn't do such a thing. I can't believe it. Look, don't treat me like a child. You are my child.
This is a tennis match?
I don't care how old
I don't know
you are.
what this is.
You weren't brought up to be one of those people. What people? I want to hear it from you. What people? Homosexuals.
All right, here's the real Martina. Here's the real Martina. Here's the real Martina.
Yes, that was not a speech of retirement.
You know, I could play again. I could play some more, but I feel that, you know, this is the right time for me. So I'm just glad that I had that choice, that, you know, I retired on my own terms, not because the body said no more.
So her body wasn't saying no more. She decided to say no more.
Yeah, well, it's time for her to retire. It was 2 years ago she should have retired.
It was sure enough like gay night out there yesterday. I think they had Melissa Etheridge singing the national anthem.
Oh, is that right?
Martina's leaving tennis.
Is that right?
Yes.
I like that. That turns me on.
So Martina is no longer a singles contestant.
Big, thick legs like a man. Big, veiny arms. All the lesbians love her.
She's their favorite.
Yeah. You want someone who looks like a guy? Go with me. What are you busy with Martina?
But she has the sensitivity of a woman.
Place must have smelled like a tuna fish factory. What is it?
I stood next to her once.
Yeah.
She is like she's like Nicole.
Yeah.
Like Nicole Bass.
Yeah.
She really is really muscular, and she's a lot taller than she looks.
What'd you do to your lip?
Nothing.
What is on your lip?
Your mustache again?
No, his lower lip has a big mark on it.
Oh, yeah?
Could be a piece of chocolate.
Is that what that is?
It might be.
Can you clean your lips?
No.
Look at his lips, Jackie.
Oh, it's duty.
He's taking duty lips. He's got like big,
Wait a second.
big brown stains.
What about the stains? Did you see the stains on Jackie's shirt, by the way?
That's his wife's shirt.
Yeah. Milk stains.
Don't pull my shirt out of line.
He's got stains on him.
Oh,
you got
faded.
better to stain your shirt than your lips.
Yeah.
Well, I can always lick my lips.
Lick the duty off your lips, guys.
Look at Daddy's day.
All right, go ahead, Rob. Well, let me take a break and we'll continue the news.
Right.
We're doing good here. We'll be back right after these words.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
Well, by all means. Robin, we're in the news, and what else is going on?
Well, of course, the O.J. Simpson trial continues, and Judge Lance Ito continues to dominate TV with his interviews on news. Week-long interview with Judge Ito being broadcast across the country.
Rants.
So we get to know the judge up close and personal.
My sign, Capricorn. Best sign there is.
I have to admit, I missed last night's segment, so I don't know.
I haven't seen any of it.
On.
I should be watching
they're showing them on Channel 2 here.
Yeah, Ganji taped it for me. I got to take a look at that and see it. Lance Ito.
Favorite color? Yarrow. Pisces. Favorite sign in woman? Woman.
Yeah, he's really taken with the star thing. He really is. And
I don't know how he's going to get over it when all the publicity goes away, the O.J. trial is over. He might have a real letdown.
He might be like one of those child stars. When the fame goes away, they fall to pieces.
Just get angry and start drinking or something.
Beating up transsexuals. Hey, you know, I must tell you that I said it when I first got a look at that whole courtroom scene. I told you that Lance Ito would never ban the cameras from the courtroom because
he's in love now.
He is. Listen, who wouldn't be excited?
It's a romance.
You know what it is to be a judge? I mean, you know, really, it's kind of boring when you realize that this is an exciting case, but most cases are just filled with just boring litigation, and it's just so dull, and you very rarely get a good case. And this is so exciting. All of a sudden, you're on TV, and people care about your opinion. Listen, most people want to be famous.
It's pretty funny because they're all talking, too, about Robert Shapiro and how he's enjoying the new fame.
Oh, come on. And you see the Hollywood wife he's got. This is no guy who's looking to play it stage.
He wasn't looking to, melt into the background.
No way.
But it's very funny watching, because as they come down those courthouse steps every day, they have boom mics and all this stuff trailing them as people are trying to get a word in.
Oh, please.
Edgewise, and you can see him being bashed in the head with a boom.
And they love it. You could bash a lawyer in the head with a boom all day. They'll never sue you. That's the one time they won't sue you because they're so happy to get that boom in their face. Let me tell you something. I see this, the black attorney, Johnny Cochran, now looks more like Sammy Davis Jr. than ever.
What is he doing?
He's got big, giant power glasses with blue tint. It looks like, I swear to God.
They've even changed their glasses.
And last weekend, Judge Ito got a nose job. Believe it or not.
Well, there were some threats leveled against the defense attorney, so now they're being allowed to drive in under the building. They don't have to walk through the front door anymore as a security precaution.
Yeah, right. I couldn't get security when I worked at NBC, but they have a security precaution. It's unbelievable. Well, Lance Ito has signed. Did you see the interview yesterday? Oh, you didn't see the interview.
No.
Lance Ito has signed for a movie called O.J. Meets Godzilla, and he does all the commentary.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh, Godzilla coming up the side of the walkway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here come O.J. Oh, good. He's safe now. That's Godzilla. Or is that O.J.? I don't know which. O.J.'s scarier than Godzilla. You were saying, Rob.
I saw Haraldo yesterday, and he was doing one of his O.J. shows. And before he started the proceedings, he gave a warning. And I think we ought to add this to our show.
Yes.
He warned jurors who might be watching to turn off their set.
Oh, he's so dramatic.
Turn them off now.
Do an impression of Haraldo warning the audience.
Judge Lance Ito has forbid the jurors to watch this show. So if there are any jurors out there, turn off your sets. Turn them off now.
Man. Oh, he's so happy that Judge Ito mentioned him. Yeah, I'm going to do that. If anyone listening to this show is a juror right now, I command ye, by the powers vested in me by the FCC, to turn off your radio, man. Bastard.
And isn't it a fact that Judge Ito has made this show verboten?
Yeah. Verbotency.
Turn off your sets, man.
Now, quickly, before the whole country is doomed. By me, Haraldo.
We now have a computer reenactment of the crime. It is very bloody and gruesome. So if you could be offended by blood, turn off your sets.
No. I want to box Joey Buttafuoco.
Rob is the only guy who warns people to turn off their sets when they're watching his show.
If Judge Ito is listening, I'll box you, man. I'll box you anytime, any place. Ito. I think that mustache wax is going to his head.
He's so funny. Turn off your set.
So proud. What else is in the news?
Charles Grodin.
Now, if you were to turn off your sets, man. Why is Judge Ito forbidding? No, it's just Charles Grodin. Can you imagine? Charles Grodin might singularly be the worst guest that ever appeared on the Tonight Show. A dull man.
Well, he seems to think he was a great talk show guest, so he should be a great talk show host.
It's a really funny thing. There are certain people who have an ability to go on a talk show and really excite an audience and be engaging. And Charles Grodin, in particular, sticks out in my mind because I was, when I was a kid in high school and stuff, I would watch the Tonight Show. He's one of those guys you turn the set off when he comes on. It is unimaginable to me how anyone could sit there and say, I got a time slot to fill for an hour and to give a talk show. I got to give it to Charles Grodin.
Well, I have a little bit of the press conference he held yesterday to announce that he's taking over Tom Snyder's slot on CNBC.
Right.
And I don't think he was trying to attract an audience here.
No. Oh, he's a dull man. And it's a funny thing, too. I love him as an actor. I want him to play my father-in-law in the movie.
Uh-huh.
And would still approach him on it, depending on when I see the script. There's one being written right now. But I must tell you, he's a very good actor. He was great in The Heartbreak Kid, but this guy is awful. There is nothing to him.
Well, listen to this press conference.
I have no qualifications whatsoever. See,
he's like my father-in-law. I'm telling you, that dry,
that monotone.
That's why I want him to play my father-in-law. That's how my father-in-law talks. Howie, when are you? When you have someone on your show, like Arlene Francis, is she booked ahead of time, or do you call her? Does she call you? By the way, when you built this couch, how long did you make it? And what type of stuffing is in the couch? The plane that's flying overhead, is that on its way to LaGuardia, or do you think that is on its way out of LaGuardia?
It's filled with people with qualifications. You've got people with resumes so long of having hosted so many shows. I have no qualifications at all, and we're very excited about that.
He's a scream. Oh, talk about, you know what's so funny? And these old guys, I mean, television is a place for youth. You look at Tom Snyder, you want to get in a hole and bury yourself. You want to say, oh, am I really getting that old? And you see this Charles Grodin with the drone. He is so perfect to play my father-in-law. And if he would shave his head, does he wear a toupee?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, take off that stupid wig and play my father-in-law.
That's why I said I doubt if he would take the part, because I don't think he wants to part with his hair.
Yeah. A lot of guys are weird like that. With their hairpiece. Their precious hairpiece.
They can't even take bald parts.
If they see me bald, I'll lose all my sex appeal.
God, no.
Oh, what was the...
I don't even know what he's answering the question to.
Will your show be a success? God, no.
He's an educate ball.
What? Yeah.
He's an educate ball.
I can't handle that. I like to know what's going to happen, and I don't want to think that somebody might get up and walk off, or the various things that I might do as a guest. I would never do it to have anyone like me.
I don't want to guess like me. I'm too wild.
Yeah, sometimes you can guess what the question was from the answer, but there, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I keep reading press clippings that, CNBC is a pathetic network. It really is. It's just pathetic. And Tom Snyder is such a loser for going anywhere else, because at least on CNBC he didn't have to get any ratings. You put Tom Snyder in a rating situation, he always loses. And if NBC ever puts anybody on against him, watch out. There's going to be fireworks.
Well, isn't Conan against him?
I said if they put somebody on who's going to... I like Conan. All right, Conan's he's going to kick some ass. You wait and see. He'll be all right, that Conan.
He'll get that time slot all energized.
Watch the E! Show when we got it on tape. Conan comes in and he puts his foot up on one of the little coffee tables and he broke it right in half. It's great.
That's good TV.
I like Conan. Yeah, I liked him today. He was a good sport when the Jackie Puppet was giving him some
guff.
Some guff.
That's for sure.
He stood up to the Jackie Puppet. He's my kind of guy.
Let me see what else is going on here to wrap up. Tito Jackson's ex-wife. A few weeks ago, she appeared to have drowned in a swimming pool of a boyfriend. They have finally come back with the autopsy results, and they now say her death was due to asphyxia due to drowning, alcohol intake, and blunt force traumatic injuries. Ooh. Now you wonder what the blunt force traumatic injuries were from. The L.A. coroner's office said on Tuesday that the report is being sent to the DA's office. Now we have to wait and see if any charges are forthcoming.
Well, we'll see what happens, Robin.
Yeah,
sounds very suspicious to me, but no one has to worry about going to jail over that one, because if they can't convict O.J., you can't convict anybody. If anybody goes to jail for murder, you're a sap. Let's take a break. We come back. Is that it, or?
Well, we will wrap up with some good news.
Good.
From Sheena Easton.
Oh, good, because she's been down on her luck. Yeah, I'm sure she's okay. I can't wait to hear the news. We'll be back right after these words. You were saying, Robin, you had one more story.
Well, I have a few more stories.
All right, go ahead.
I just happened to mention Sheena Easton.
Yeah.
They did a survey of the cream of the crop, I suppose you would say, of high school students in the country, the who's who among American high school students, and found that 25% of the respondents
were Vietnamese.
Seniors said they had sexual intercourse.
Oh. I thought you meant the top students were Vietnamese. I thought you were going with that.
No, the vast majority of the students who responded were white and attended public schools. Most were girls, more than half from small towns or rural areas.
25% of the girls had what?
25% of those responding had sex.
How old?
They're juniors and seniors in high school.
I bet you that's a lie.
Why do you say that? You
bet
think
you
it's
higher.
more?
Higher. Oh, yes.
These are the smarter students, Howard. This is not all students.
The
These
geeks?
are the smarter ones.
Oh, maybe the geeks. All right.
Nearly 35% of the sexually active teens said lack of a condom would not deter them from having sex. So even smart kids will risk AIDS when there's a possibility of getting laid.
Of course. Listen, you're finally going to get. You can't slow down.
They also found in a survey that 43% of the males and 25% of the females said they would have sex with a reasonably attractive stranger for $1 million.
$1 million? How about 10,000? Listen, let me tell you something.
You could be bought easily, huh?
A lot of people don't know this, but even a Howard Stern, when he didn't have a condom at 16 and there was no AIDS around, he would not have sex.
No, Howard Stern is a responsible human being who did not want to get a girl pregnant.
That's exactly right. The first time that I was offered a girl's most private of areas, I turned it down because I didn't have a rubber with me.
Now, let me ask you a question.
I could have lost my virginity months earlier.
With a condom, but you didn't have one.
That's right.
Did the very intelligent Robin Quivers ever have unprotected sex?
Yes. Because you were offered $50. And you were down on your luck.
For $50?
Yes, I believe you've had unprotected sex.
You don't need protection on that.
And a warm meal.
Yeah, when you had that type of sex that very few women enjoy.
You ain't getting pregnant that way.
You didn't have any protection.
Pack of gum.
You had unprotected sex, true?
Yes, I have.
I knew it. I knew it. You play with you play Russian roulette with those characters you are involved with.
He's out there walking on the edge.
Oh yeah.
I just love the edge.
Well, I'm very very sad to hear that, my princess.
But no longer, Howard. No longer.
Yeah,
I've turned over a new leaf.
I'll say.
Turned over already.
Ow. Susan Smith's estranged husband David spoke for the first time to reporters yesterday, and he said he bought his wife's story the whole time.
He did?
Yes, he believed.
So I have some land I need to sell him.
Story. Even after she had failed lie detector tests.
No kidding.
She came to him and said something like, I know that the police are doubting my story now, but even then, his belief in her was not shaken. And he says that when he finally found out that his children were dead, he was heartbroken and suffered a pain that he had never felt before. That's not funny, Jackie. I'm sorry, I have to split with you there.
The guy can't tell when his wife is lying, huh?
You can tell?
Please.
Oh.
What's he, a postal worker?
I told you he worked at the Winn-Dixie.
Oh, the Winn-Dixie.
Honey, the blacks took our babies.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, if you say so, honey.
I understand you failed 2 lie detector tests.
When is Santa Claus going to get you?
Yeah, honey.
Maybe Santa Claus will bring back the babies.
The tooth fairy got him.
Bright guy. That whole town's real bright. Tomorrow we're going to act out the whole town. We're going to do a little play for you on the radio.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has announced its inductees for this year. It's the 10th annual ceremony that'll be happening in January. The winners included...
Jackie Marlowe.
No, don't see his name on the list.
Guess who?
The Jackie Marlowe Band still being overlooked.
Who was actually inducted?
Allman Brothers Band, Led Zeppelin, Neil Young, Al Green, Janis Joplin, Frank Zappa, and Martha and the Vandellas.
You think Frank got it because he died, or do you think they would have given it to him if he was alive?
Well, this was his first year of eligibility, so
I
I figured death had something to do with it.
Because I still don't know what Frank was singing about. I love Frank. He was a great guest. But I couldn't name 3 of his hits.
What hits? He had hits?
Yeah. Valley Girl, I know that.
Well, yeah, everybody knows
With
that.
Moon Unit.
But real hits?
Can't think of one.
Jerry Seinfeld may be rethinking a pledge he made last year that this season of Seinfeld would probably be the last.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay with that as long as he can milk that cow.
Yeah, he says he's real happy with the show right now. It's been pretty good. So he'll spend his holiday writing some scripts and thinking about it.
I'll just sit down and write some brilliant scripts in 5 minutes. It's not hard.
As long as it's good, why not continue to do it?
I mean, if I leave the show, what will be for me? I could spend the rest of my life trying to create another show. And besides, Shoshana, you know, likes our man on TV. It helps attract the girls, the ladies.
Playboy, according to Hot Copy, is
Robin,
looking for what?
Don't you agree?
What did you say?
I said that thing. Scripts help attract the ladies.
Oh, I definitely think that.
That's how I get the girls. Before I got on TV, I was with Carol Leifer.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Playboy is doing a nationwide search.
Who knows? If I stay with his show another couple of years, I could end up with a 13-year-old.
A nationwide search for the women of shock radio.
Yeah, the women of shock radio. Are you a woman of shock radio?
Apparently not. Nobody's approached me.
Who are the women of shock radio?
I don't know, but they said Hot 97's Lisa G.
Lisa G.
has been approached.
For what?
To do this pictorial in Playboy.
Oh, I see. What about you?
Come on. I don't want to do it.
Who's better than you?
Nobody has approached me. I feel left out.
Would you do it for $6 million?
$6 million? No.
Oh.
I wouldn't do it for any money.
You wouldn't take your clothes off?
$1 billion I wouldn't do it for.
Really?
No.
Why?
I just wouldn't do it.
With what you have?
Share. Oh, Cher. What are you talking about her for?
You've been practically naked in magazines. I don't know why you...
practically naked?
Those low-cut tops and that...
Jumping up and down.
Jumping up and down. Remember the one in People magazine?
Oh, yeah.
The photographer does the oldest trick in the book on her. She's wearing a low-cut top. She says, jump up and down.
It was a woman, so
That's
I
worse.
trusted her.
That's the next one after touch your elbows behind your back.
Right. Oh, there's that picture. Look at that. There it is. Look at you. Everything popping right out.
Beauty.
Just show the rest. We would look at that and think that they had to airbrush the top because she popped out a little.
Oh yes.
Please.
Look at that. That is wild.
Man.
You are something.
Fight to get out of there.
Fight.
Well, they lost.
They're fighting to get out of there.
Let them out.
Now, here's a question, Howard. You know, you're always telling me how the law really should be in your Solomon-like way.
That's right.
A woman from Austin, Texas, is accused of letting her daughters ride in a car driven by their drunken father.
What's wrong with that?
She's arrested, but she's out on bond now on charges of child endangerment. Gregory Cook, 36, and his girls, aged 10 and 8, died in a traffic accident on September 25th after leaving Draper's home for breakfast. Police say she admitted knowing that Cook drank vodka before leaving and kept his car running and had one of the girls, or got his car to run by having one of the little girls blow into that breath analyzer because he had so many drunk driving offenses. They had hooked something up to his car so he couldn't drive while he was drunk. So he had one of the kids blow into that so he could turn on the car.
Oh, man. Smart guy.
He got in, drove off, and got into a big accident and killed himself and the girl.
You mean they allow a guy who's had that many drunk driving convictions to have a thing set up in his car so he has to blow into the car to start the car?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I had no idea.
Take his car away.
Oh, my God.
It won't turn over. I can't get the car started.
I'm going to be late for my gig. You're kidding. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, that's what they did. They hooked this thing up to the car to try to keep him from driving, and he'd just get the kids in there to blow into it.
All I would do is smoke a joint. Then the breath thing wouldn't work.
But the point is now the mother of these two girls has been charged with child endangerment.
Absolutely, as she should be. What kind of mother allows her child to leave with a guy who's loaded on vodka?
And has her kids blown into breath analyzer. She claims she didn't know he was drunk.
I see. All right, well, the courts will decide.
I guess it happened on the way home because they're saying they did get breakfast.
The courts are not...
and they don't know whether he drank anything at the place he had breakfast.
You know, these judges all ought to be executed. I tell you something. I see what some of these judges, the nonsense they put up with in their courts, and they get into these petty cases, and they don't dismiss them. And instead, they let these drunk drivers off. I'm looking into certain judges that I will begin targeting. I'm going to find out which ones are lenient with these drunk drivers.
Well, what are you supposed to do with a drunk driver?
What you do, first of all, forget about hooking up a piece of plastic to his car. You take away his license permanently.
That doesn't keep people out of their car.
Oh, yes, it does. There's a certain amount of people
you're
who will respond. Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. A certain amount of people do respond to that. Secondly, minimum sentence of 2 years in jail. Minimum.
For just drunk driving, not killing someone.
That's right. And if you kill someone, 18 years. 18 years.
Arbitrarily.
You will see drunk driving stop. Thank you.
And finally, before the Sheena Easton story.
Drunk driving is too much fun. You got to really discourage people.
Can I drink in jail?
Yes.
Former anti-war activist Jerry Rubin is fighting for his life today. He was critically injured when he was hit by a car while jaywalking across Wilshire Boulevard out in Los Angeles.
That's a sad story. I'm going to tell you something. Jerry Rubin is a great hero. A bigger hero than a lot of people.
Oh, boy, there's an argument.
I'm trying to think of a hero. He is a hero, and I'll tell you why. Anybody, I considered Abby Hoffman a hero and Jerry Rubin a hero. History will prove that to be true. It's already proven it. That these guys came into they were the focal point of the protests against the Vietnam War, and anybody who helped to slow down, or to get the troops out, is a hero in my book. And these guys were heroic, and thank God for them.
Why do they have such tragic lives? Things are always happening.
Because they're rebels. Look, he was jaywalking. He was always going against...
He couldn't go to that corner, huh?
That's a rebel.
He had to cross against the light.
Robin, people like you and me, we cross at the corner.
We wait for the sign.
That's our problem. The real rebels in this world jaywalk.
Fighting the man.
They fight.
Fighting the man.
Right.
The last breath.
But Jerry Rubin, Abby Hoffman, even that dope Jane Fonda was married to, all heroes. Great American heroes. Yes, they didn't serve their country in the army, but they served through protest. And they took chances. Let me tell you something. If you remember those times, it was...
Didn't Abby had to live underground for several years? Maybe Jerry did.
No, well, Abby lived underground because of dealing coke. That's a different story.
But that was part of his rebellion.
There you go. But these guys had to go on trial, which is a scary thing.
They had the whole government after them.
They sure did. They were nuts. Let me tell you something about Abby Hoffman, who's now gone. He once confessed to me that he tore the labels off the mattress and the pillows, even as a young man, before he became known for protest. Jerry Rubin, we should all mourn him because obviously he's going to be a vegetable or something.
How people do recover from accidents.
Oh, please. Wait. Oh, you think he's good? Oh, yeah, he's going to be the next host of the Family Feud. All right, listen. Let me tell you something. He's a great hero because anybody who brought home boys sooner, guys who would have otherwise lost their lives, is a hero. So, Jerry Rubin, we salute ye.
Boy, some interesting music.
We're not done. Stop with the jokes. Everything doesn't have to be a joke on the show with fart noises. Saluting a guy, salute him properly, you dummy. Jerry Rubin, good man. Even as a child, a rebel. You know, as a child, he would color outside the lines. While some celebrities who people worship were bringing home young boys, I'm not going to mention any names, or doing weird things with underage girls, Jerry was out there protesting the war that killed so many good men. A waste of life.
Why do you think I'm still single? So many good men were killed.
That's right. You know Robin would have had like 7 husbands by now? But all of her dates were killed in the line of duty. I'm one of the lucky ones who came back from that war, but I used to pray that guys like Jerry Rubin would be successful in their protest. I was just one of the lucky few because I was out of my mind there.
Yeah, as a vet, I'm surprised that you're so...
Oh, no, I'm for the people who fought against the war.
Right?
I hated going over there.
But you asked for several tours of duty.
Well, I had to handle things. I was good at killing gooks. My country needed me. Let me tell you something. Jerry Rubin was a rebel. This was a guy, I didn't know him personally, but I know someone who does. This was the kind of guy who would go through the Midtown Tunnel and change lanes. This was not an average Joe.
Uh-huh. He bucked the system.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you.
And finally, congratulations to Sheena Easton. She's now the proud mother of an adopted baby boy.
Mm-hmm. What's the matter? Couldn't make one of her own?
Well, does she have anybody to make one with?
I'll make it with her. She's still got a few miles left on her. Little fire plug.
Well, that's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. Another excellent newscast, as we say in the business. Another show under our belt. Yeah. All right, I want to thank my guest, Conan O'Brien, of course, and, of course, the great Pete Rose. Mm-hmm. I thank Mrs. Schott and Jackie Puppet. Jackie Puppet, will you be making any appearances soon?
What?
All right, he's relaxed. It's Miller time.
I know what you do with drunk drivers.
What?
Fuck them at Chuckles. That's punishment enough.
Jackie New Rave joke page Martley.
He drinks all during the show, Jackie Puppet.
She wants the Jackie Puppet's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It's $10. You ought to get him a CD. Actually, Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Holiday special, buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Wednesday night, Jackie, November 23rd at Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange, New Jersey. For jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service.
Okay.
See the film debut of Fred.
That's done, isn't it?
Well, can we get that together, Fred?
No, that's definitely done.
Okay, thank you. Next.
He's asking you, is it done?
Yeah. Well, I just read what they put in front of me.
Final date is tonight, according to what you gave me. Right?
Don't miss Stuttering John's band appearing on Channel 9's News Magazine show tonight at 10 p.m. and to order a signed copy of Stuttering John's incredible new CD, call 201-942-OUCH. Jackie, that's your plug again. I did it already.
Jackie,
wait.
Come on. Come on.
Don't tell me what to do. It sickens me.
Friday, November 18th. Miss Howard Stern will be at the Sports Authority in Smithtown Mall, Smithtown, Long Island. She's a hot little...
Is she still separated from her husband?
Oh, that whole thing was a scam.
Are you kidding?
Oh, of course. He was outside waiting for her the whole time.
Oh, man.
I'm fed up with her.
No more. No more appearances.
She's desperate. 6:30 to 8:30, Miss Howard Stern will be there. She's a good-looking babe, though. Saturday, November 19th, she'll be at the Sports Authority at Woodbridge Mall, Woodbridge, New Jersey, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's Miss Howard Stern, and her reign is almost over.
That's right.
If you're looking for a disc jockey for your office Christmas party, well, call Mr. Excitement. Scott the Engineers, Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Many dates still available for the holiday season. It's never too late to hire Scott the Engineer. You know what he always says.
The way you like it.
All right. And, Robin, I'll see you tomorrow.